Welcome to my live video here. I'm interviewing Caroline Allison. She is my mother, returned to me by my father, so that she could calm me down. I was to be patient, and now she's here. So, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Father. With all my heart, Father, I thank you for sending my mother back to me and for letting me recognize her. I didn't. I've known her for 2 months, but I didn't know who she was until she came over here. And I fixed her a cup of coffee, and we sat and had a cup of coffee and drank. And it's my mother. It's my mother. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Lord. That's my prayer today. So if you want to say I'm crazy and this ain't my mother, you can kiss my big black ass. That's just the kind of nigga I am. Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't mean that to be racist. I just meant something funny I've heard people say, like Oprah, or, somebody like that. Kiss my big black ass. Well, I say that. So, like it or lump it, I don't give a shit. What do you think about that? Call me a racist. Call me what you will. I know what I am. That's what God told you. That's the part that's so hard to deal with. Because I'm just a person, Yeah. How in the hell should I believe that? And I was in jail, or how can I make that shit up? There's no way. And my son tells me, Dad, you're so full of bullshit. And I just want to wring his neck. But I love him, so I don't. So exactly. What is the nigga to do? That's my question. What is a nigga to do?
I'm at the point where I'm really starting to not watch a black channel.
Yeah. Oh, I never watch one of them.
I just can't.
Because they will not leave white men alone.
No.
I mean, no matter what we do, no matter how big an athletes or rock stars or hip-hop artists or gangsters they become, they will never say, sir, I forgive you for my great-great-grandparents being goddamn slaves. Your people were brutal, and that makes you a racist and white supremacist, and I will knock you in the head.
Why don't you go back into real history and find out that their own tribal chiefs sold them into slavery?
Absolutely.
But they don't remember that.
Well, no, that wasn't part of the American experience. It can be exploited by the fucking politicians. I'm telling you.
I just didn't think that was right, the way the news media ripped Ted Cruz like they did.
Absolutely, that man's the most intelligent man up there right now.
Right, yes. I
have
voted for him.
Me too, and I will for president in 2024. Yeah, Donald was. I don't think Donald's gonna run, though. He's not gonna put up that bullshit. He don't have to be president. He runs this country. Regardless of who's in the White House, Donald Trump is still in charge.
I know.
If they try to take him out of power, then they're gonna have to deal with a whole bunch of people like you and me, George. Like you and me. Just old folks that ain't gonna put up that shit no more.
No, you get sick and tired.
I stay sick and tired. I'm tired of waking up sick and tired. There you go. See, our computer's wonderful. I told you I was gonna interview you, darling. Look at you, you're a superstar now. I mean, I'm gonna post this on my website, and you're gonna be my first webcast. You're the first person who has come in my house and sat down and drank stuff coffee with me. Charlene, and what's your name?
Allison.
Allison. Charlene Allison, you are as dear to me right now as my poor old mother. I swear to God, I love you with all my heart. Anything you need, you don't even have to say a word. I'm gonna pick you up, darling. I'm gonna replace everything your daughter stole from you. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You. God, I love you. You're such a wonderful person. Oh, baby, I'm a monster.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're a wonderful
No, I'm
person.
not. No, I'm not. You ask anybody.
I don't care what anybody says. I know you for what I know, and that's the way it is. My opinion is my opinion, and I'm free and willing to say it. I don't have nothing to hide.
I know.
And I just,
Do you think I'm crazy?
no, I don't. I think you're funny as hell,
Well, yeah,
but I don't think you're crazy. If I see he's crazy, I don't mean it the way
I know.
he.
I am crazy. I will admit that.
They tell me I'm crazy.
And I've always been crazy. Well, you've had 2 brain surgeries. I've had 3 wives.
I've had 3 brain surgeries, back to back.
And I've had multiple ass whoopings. I've been on the verge of death so many times.
So that
And God spared me. So that I can be here with you. That's why you're special to me right now. You are. Can I get you a cup of coffee?
no, honey, he's not.
You already have one. You're the first person in 4 years I've been able to sit down for a cup of coffee with, darling. You have liberated my soul, my spirit. I can leave this fucking place now. Yeah! Yeah!
Sorry,
Somebody finally heard me. God, thank you. God, thank you. I have fulfilled my fucking mission. I'm through. It's over. It's over. Oh, God, thank you. I'm sorry, Joe.
That's okay.
But we're family.
We're family, we're friends.
We're family now.
Yes.
Of course, we always have been, but we just didn't know it. But you are now my family. And I'm going to go there and I'm going to tell your roommate to get out.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're
I'm
not.
going to tell you to make plans to move. I'm going to tell him to show you some respect, or I will show him my respect for
I
him.
want you to respect my,
Yes, ma'am.
and do not say one word.
Okay.
When it's
Until
time
you
comes,
ask me.
until I have to.
You tell him when you get home to clean up after his ass, and if he says one prop word back to you, just step out the door and holler, Jerry, and I will bring over, let's go, I'll bring this, CD player over there for you. And, when I see him, I'm gonna have a word with him, and that's it, that's all I'll do. I think, you better take care of this woman, because if you don't, this old man's gonna kick your ass. And I'll just make a joke of it. But after I leave, then you tell him, he wasn't kidding, buddy. He's not teasing when he said he would kick your ass if you disrespect me. So try to smart off me again, you piece of shit. I'm serious. And then if he does one thing or gives you a crossword or argue with you, step out the door and call me, and I'm going to show you what Texas justice is.
He's Texas.
Huh?
He's from Texas.
Well, he should know better.
Carol.
By God, we Texans respect our roommate and our ladies. He's worse than any abusive husband. The only hold he's got on you, darling, is that pit in the rent. I'll cover your rent till you find them. You can move in with me. And And he'll have the whole son of a bitch, me and you'll sit here and talk day and night. You won't have to put up with that shit. You do not have to put up with it. I will.
When the time is right, I will tell you.
Okay. All you gotta, you don't even have to tell me. You just come out of that house looking sad, and he's gonna get ass whooped. That's all there is to it. I got my mind made up. I'm gonna go back to all that. He is fucked with the wrong one. Yes, he has. So you're. I warned you, I get a little wound up sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
But I can't help it. It's the Lord's hand on me that makes me that way. Because I can get all wound up, and then the next minute I want to forgive everything. Now that's not normal. Is it?
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't see it much.
It is.
I mean, a lot of people claim it, but I don't see it in reality, you know?
I think everybody has to spout off at some time.
Oh, yeah, but then they're not willing to forgive and forget. That's the problem.
If you want the Lord to forgive you, then you need to forgive.
And forget.
And forget.
You know, just
give it to
forget
God.
it ever happened.
You give it to God. Because you cannot change the past. All you can do is build a future.
That's right. And try to make it better than the past.
Absolutely.
All you can do is go from this day forward. You cannot change the past.
No, you can't.
That's what I've been trying to tell them here. And that's why when they come to get me and take me away, they're going to have a hard road to hoe, darling. Because I am a monster. I'm armed to the teeth. And I will not play anymore. I took my last ass whooping. I don't have to take it no more. Thank you, Mother.
You're welcome.
You have liberated my heart and my soul and my mind. You don't split this Dr. Pepper with me?
No, thank you.
There's just a little bit of it left.
I don't drink Dr. Pepper.
Well, then you can't be my mama because she loves their Dr. Pepper.
Nope. I can't drink it.
No.
I have a hard time drinking soda.
Yeah, I know. She did too, sweetheart. You've always had a hard time.
No, I lived on it.
Me too.
But now, I'm lucky to drink a soda a week.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I don't do it. I have a bottle of A&W root beer over there.
Mm-hmm.
A little bottle of that thing. I don't like that big liters.
Mm.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Actually, I only like soda in a glass bottle.
What kind do you like?
I like the Coca-Cola that comes from Mexico.
Well, you're going to have to pick a different product because Coca-Cola's on my shit list. And I will not buy Coca-Cola products as long as they're against white folks. I will not do it.
I buy 7-Up.
I got 7-Up.
I got some.
Okay.
I did.
I got it in plastic bottles.
So do I.
Oh, okay.
They didn't have a glass bottle.
Yeah, you can't get bad bottles anymore.
Yeah, you can.
You
Go
can?
to the right place.
I never seen it. I mean, you know.
Yeah. There's a place, and I can't tell you the name of it because I don't know it, but I know one of the guys whose mother works there. So I always refer to it as, I gotta stop by Cassidy. Because Cassidy is the guy,
Yeah.
and his mother works there.
My
Now,
favorite
you know where
store-
the bridge, where they put the new bridge in?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're down on Moore, there's a Shell, and then there's Caesar's across the street, and then Cowboys gas station, and then Wells Fargo.
Is that down by the truck stop? By
No. You go down and get on Moore.
Yeah.
Okay, when you come over to the railroad tracks, you come to the traffic light. If you make a right, there's a Shell station right there in the corner.
Oh, okay.
You make a right, and you go down the hump. In other words, where the railroad tracks were is down a highway. Okay, you go under that bridge, and I believe it's the second or third place after the bridge. There's a steak shop, there's a seafood place, and then this store is here on your right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's two ways. It's a gas station. And across the street from it is a motorcycle shop.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyway, you go in there, you find all kinds of glass bottles.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to check it out.
I love to go there to get the glass bottles from Mexico of Coca-Cola.
You want to go down there this afternoon?
No.
Or tomorrow?
Maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll go shopping.
Okay.
You can tell that woman she don't have to take you shopping no more.
Oh,
I'll
I
take you
can't.
shopping.
She ain't coming no more.
She ain't well good.
Because my doctor is really upset because they don't have a nurse coming to check my blood pressure,
Right.
my oxygen level, none of that. And I'm sick and tired of her bitching at me. I mean, she bitched at me today. She said to me when she came this morning, okay, if you're ready to go, let's go. I said, okay, just a minute. No, not just a minute. We're going now. I said, I have to get out to the car. Okay. She's out in the car. I'm coming down the sidewalk with my cane. I get in the car. Where are we going? I said, I need to go to Walmart. All right. So we go to Walmart. Instead of her dropping me off at the door, knowing that I don't have my walker or I'm not in the wheelchair, that all I have is a cane, what does she do?
Park.
She goes and she parks.
Bitch.
And I said, oh, wait a minute. I said, Madeline, there's a cart. Oh, all right. You can go to it. So,
And she's your health care helper?
yeah.
That bitch, I'm gonna kick her ass too.
So anyway,
If she shows up over there again, I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna punch holes in her tires. And then when she comes out and says something to me, I'm gonna knock her on her ass. For
She's
treating
black.
my mama bad.
she's bad. She's black.
I don't give a shit.
Anyway, so I get the cart and I'll go in the store and I get what I want. I pay for it and I go back out. And I said, I have to go down to the greenhouse here at Walmart. I bought a fern and they wouldn't let me put it in the cart because they said, in all probability, the dirt would go down on my groceries.
The what?
The dirt from
Oh, the dirt.
planter.
Yeah.
From the
Oh, okay, yeah.
Don't set it, on top of your, no. Well, why didn't you tell them that you were bringing it now? I said, because they told me to pay for it and pick it up when I leave. I said, I'll tell you what, just take me home right now. No, we're here. I'll get it. She didn't get out of the car. I did. I had to walk down the sidewalk, reach up, lift that fern down, and carry it and put it in the car. I said to her, I also need to stop at Murphy's for cigarettes. I thought you were quitting. I said, they're not for me. Well, who are they for? I said, Jerry gave me money and asked me to pick him up 5 packs of cigarettes. I'm not stopping to pick him up cigarettes. I said, excuse me? I said, if you pull into the gas pumps, I will put $10 worth of gas in your car. I put $10 worth in for you yesterday, but I'll put another 10 in for you today. She went to the very end of Murphy's, out where you would go to the stop sign and go back out on and get on to Moore. So I had to walk that whole length and then get the cigarettes and walk all the way back there.
While she's sitting on her big fat ass
Yeah.
listening to the radio. Or-
Exactly.
yeah. And she's getting paid $20-$25 an hour to be here.
Exactly.
That bitch, she's got an ass whooping coming fire.
And she don't do a damn thing.
I
I
know it.
clean that house.
I know
I
it.
take care of it.
I know it.
I don't want her doing my dishes. I don't want her putting my groceries up. I don't want her washing my clothes. And I don't want her making up my bed.
And you can't trust her not to steal your medicine. You can't trust her not to
No,
steal your
I have
money.
everything up. But like the Dilaudid I laid there for you, only I know where they are. Nobody else knows. I know how to put things up. Anyway, I got his cigarettes, and then I said, would you mind stopping at McDonald's? I said, I'd really like to have a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. But wait a minute, I can only get an egg cheese biscuit. Because today's Friday. I'm Catholic. This is Lent. We don't eat meat on Fridays. We eat fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can't order that breakfast order. You can only get cheeseburgers. Well, all right, get her a cheeseburger.
You just told her you don't eat meat on Friday.
I know. Well, I got a cheeseburger and french fries. I asked for an apple pie. She didn't order that. Because I'm looking. Oh, it's not in here. She said, I want some of the french fries. Okay. I bought her a cup of coffee. She wanted a coffee. I bought her the coffee. So then she takes me in these off-the-wall places where blacks live.
What, she buying drugs?
Shacks.
She buying drugs?
I don't know. She said she was on the phone with the boyfriend, and she said to him, well, I have to go spend my money and buy a ticket from him. And I just don't want you to know that what I'm spending my money on, and you are going to give me that money back.
Yeah, she buying drugs.
So she went up and knocked on the door, but nobody came to the door. So she come back down.
And went to another place.
No,
No?
no. Yes,
Oh.
she did. Yes, she did. She went to another house. Nobody was there either. So then, and I'm scared to death because there's this street and it's something I'm not used to. I mean, I'm not primitive proper, but I don't.
You're scared.
I don't live like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be subjected to it.
Right.
But anyway, there's all these cars parked on this street. And all these black guys are out there. I figured, oh my God. I'm holding on to my wallet. I'm holding on to my seatbelt. I'm not saying a word. When we come back, and I said to her, I can't eat this quarter pounder with cheese. So I can't eat this. Today's Friday. It's Lent. Oh, eat it. Well, I did not. I had to throw half. I threw half of it away. I couldn't eat it.
Yeah.
I couldn't even eat the french fries.
Well, I'm sure she finished him off,
No, I didn't give them to her. I
Well,
gave her some,
but not all
but
of
I
them.
didn't give her all of them. I just went,
She had to get her own, bitch. Huh?
well, she didn't.
Bless her heart.
So we come back, and I did lie to her, and I didn't like it, but I don't want her around me because she infuriates me.
I heard that.
Don't tell me that because I'm going to be 78 years old that I have to wear socks. Don't tell me that I have to wear earrings if I don't want to. Don't tell me that I have to wear makeup if I don't want to. I'm not here to impress anybody.
Right.
If I don't want to wear makeup, I'm not wearing it. Don't tell me I have to. Because if you tell me I have to do something, it ain't going to happen.
There you go, baby.
I've always been like that.
Stand your ground.
Don't tell me I have to do something because it ain't going to happen.
I'm the original. Don't
So-
tell me.
Anyway, I have a doctor's appointment on Monday.
Can I take you? Because I need a doctor.
I have to go to Kaufman.
That's all right. I got my truck out there. If it ain't cold, because the heater don't work. I've been driving that same truck for 23 years.
Oh my heavens.
Yeah. But I put 5 heater cords in it and they just keep going out, so I got tired of fixing it.
Well, hell yeah.
I don't have to drive it that much, so I just wait for a pretty day to
That's right.
run my errand. But if need to, I'll rent a car and take you to Kaufman if.
I
It's
have
cold.
Star Transit's coming.
Oh, okay. Well, I got me a pass for them. I'll still go with you.
I have a pass too.
Okay. Well, we'll ride Star over there, and maybe I can get signed up with your doctor if he's a good one.
I love Dr. Sy.
Well, I
Dr.
need
Sy
one.
has been my doctor for 10 years.
Well, I hadn't been to the doctor since the last time I went to see my doctor right after I got out of jail. And when I went in his office, I was in such bad condition that he called the ambulance and they took me to the hospital. Because he thought I was going to die.
Dr. Sy is American.
Oh, okay, great.
He is. He's an American, and he's wonderful.
Well, good.
He's not only my doctor, he's my friend.
Do you have a lawyer too?
I did, but he passed away.
Do you know of one? That's a good one? If you hear of one, let me know who it is.
I will.
Because I need a lawyer that wants to take on the biggest case. He's
Well,
ever going to
my attorney was Dennis Brewer, who was also the attorney for Jack Ruby.
That's the kind of man I need. That is exactly the kind of man I need.
And Dennis Brewer is not afraid of anything.
There you go. I want him to have balls as big as mine, because mine are big as brass.
You know, they
I'm
used
sorry,
to say,
Mama. I
they
didn't
used
mean
to say that when he was in court, it would be like watching Barry Nature.
Yeah, that's the kind of man I need.
When I walked in his waiting room, I'm sitting there and I'm looking, and he has these beautiful glass curio cabinets,
Yeah.
but they're full of pictures. There's a picture of Troy Aikman and his wife on their wedding day.
Oh, man.
There's a picture of Roger Staubach.
Oh,
There's
man.
a picture of Charlie Price. These people were clients of his.
They're my brothers.
And I was impressed.
I bet.
And when he come walking in there, he's like this. He's big man. Italian clothing.
Dressed to the nines.
Oh my God, just boots. I mean, he had the most beautiful cowboy boots on I ever seen. And I seen a lot of them.
I heard that.
I seen cowboy boots on George Strait, on Garth Brooks, on Brooks and Dunn, on Hank Williams Jr.,
Yes, ma'am.
on Charlie Price.
Yes, ma'am.
I even saw him on Gomer Powell.
You're kidding. Jim Neighbor?
Yes,
So,
I met him. My boss and Gomer Powell, Jim Neighbors, were college roommates. And every time Jim Neighbors flies anywhere close to Texas, he comes to Texas. And he comes to see my boss.
all right. The owner of the titty bar.
Yes.
All right.
And he
He ain't that gay anyway then, is he? I mean, he don't hate women and
No,
stuff.
no.
He's gay, but he
Yeah,
Jim like,
Jim Davis doesn't hate women.
hell no.
Hell no. Anyway,
But he is gay. Or he was gay.
he is gay.
Yeah, bless his heart.
That's his choice.
You know
It's
what?
not mine. It's his.
I was seduced by an older man when I was in the military, and I was kicked out of the Army as a homosexual because I was seduced by an older man. I was 18 years old. He got me all drunk and molested me, and I don't remember doing it, but he claimed that I performed fellatio on him, and so I asked to talk to a doctor about it because it shook me up. Hey, partner, and they sent me and filed charges on me, and I said, well, fuck this. And I said, just go ahead and give me a discharge. I figured I'd get a general discharge, undesirable. I was kicked out of the military as a homosexual for something I couldn't remember, but I confessed to. Now, can you believe that shit? I drove a truck for 25 years. Nobody ever called me a truck driver. Boy, let somebody think you suck one dick and you're a homo. And the Army will kick you the fuck out.
Not now anymore.
I'm sorry, Mother. I didn't mean to cut.
Not now anymore.
Well, not now, but this was in
Yeah.
Vietnam. I volunteered for Vietnam. In fact, in a former life, I spent tours in there in Vietnam. I was killed there several times, and nobody believes that. I got as many medals as the goddamn Audie Murphy guy. But nobody believes me because it was in a different body. But I have inhabited many bodies through the ages of time. I am who I say I am. I am an alien. I am a son of God. Whatever that makes me, that's what I am, dear.
Right.
Hello, partner. Look at this beautiful cat. He's my friend.
Oh, I know.
Look
you
at
look
this.
at that.
He just falls over. He loves me with all his heart.
He sure does.
Good boy. But I ain't cut his balls off, and I never will. I don't give a damn how many little kittens he populates the world with, because I'll take care of all of them. They'll be my grandchildren because he's my boy. Thank you, buddy. You're my partner. Just like this is our mama. You better start being nice to her. You better go by and see her. You see her outside smoking a cigarette, you go by and you say, hi, Mama. Daddy says hi. There you go. Here, let me get you some treats and you can give her a treat. Give him a treat and he'll take it to you. And that way, if I have to leave and go off somewhere, well, you'll be able to take care of my cat.
Okay. Hey, Bubba.
He'll come back in here and then he'll come sidling up, and then you say, hee hee, and, give him a treat. And he'll know that you're his friend just like I'm his friend. I didn't go to the pound to get him. He came to my door.
I know, you told me.
And I don't
seen.
shut him up in here.
I don't smell him.
I keep my door open so he can come in and go out and see pleases because he's my friend.
I know he is. I seen a beautiful calico. I was out smoking a cigarette, and this was about maybe midnight. I have a habit of doing that.
Can I have another one of these? I will bring you some because I'm going to go get us some Long John Silver. I need to go to the liquor store and get me a bottle of whiskey because I'm getting low and I don't like to run out. I don't need it, but I like to have it if I want it. And I'll bring us a carton of cigarettes, please. Not a piece, I'll bring you a carton because I may smoke one of them from time to time. Okay?
Here, Bubba.
Come here, partner. Kitty.
Come here, kitty.
Throw one at him.
Here, kitty.
Throw one. He's scared of you.
Here.
Hey, kitty. Here, let me show you. Look, here you go, boy. There you go.
There you go.
She's got him.
Here.
Now, Wait till he eats those now. And then let him see that you're the one giving them to him, not me. No, just give me one at a time. There you go, Mama. He'll be your friend. Watch, he's got sharp teeth, and he will. Every once in a while, he'll accidentally bite you. But he don't mean to hurt you. There you go. No, don't give him all up to it. That's too much for one time. Those are treats. Look. There you go. Yeah, now he's kicking it. And you can chunk one over there, throw one over there, and you'll go get it. Kitty. That's how I teach him to fetch. I throw and I point, and he's learned to follow where I point. I'm trying to kitty. Pardon. Yeah.
There you go.
This is my mama's son. And she's gonna take care of you if anything happens to me.
Here. How's that, Bubba?
You like that? Now
You're
pet
so
him.
pretty.
Yeah, pet that boy. I brushed him earlier, and he's so pretty. He looks like a tiger, don't he?
Yes.
What kind of cat is that? I mean, is he a calico or?
No, he's not a calico. He's a tiger stripe.
Yeah.
I had a tiger, and my aunt Clara, my daddy's sister, her cat had kittens, and I wanted a kitten, and my daddy said, no. Well, she stuck a baby kitten in my pocket, and I took it home. And Daddy said, I know you have a kitten. And he sat down in his chair, and I was Daddy's little girl. I was 15 years old and still sat on my daddy's lap.
Hell yes.
And there was nothing.
Absolutely not.
Anyway, I couldn't find her one day. Oh my God, I was hysterical. And Daddy said, wait a minute, I hear her. And he pulled up the carpeting in the dining room, and there was a hole with, it was covered with a board. He lifted it up, and Daddy reached down in there, and there he comes out with my kitten. From that day on, that kitten became his kitten and my kitten.
Yeah, buddy.
Daddy used to go to the dump on a Saturday. Tiger, and that was her name, out in Daddy's 46 Chevy, but yet we had a 57 Chevy in the driveway.
Yeah.
But Daddy drove the 46 Chevy back and forth to the mine and to go, down to the bar or go to the dump, But anyway, Tiger would follow Daddy, jump in the car, and sit up on the seat, the top of the seat, right at Daddy's shoulder. But the day that my daddy was killed, and I came back from that mine, when I walked in the house, she went berserk.
Oh.
She charged at me. She clawed my face, my neck, my arms. Till the blood ran. Why? She knew. She knew. They had, my brother-in-law got a friend of his, and they took her and they shot her because she went nuts on my little adopted 3-year-old sister. She jumped
They
in.
invaded her home.
No, we lived there. I lived in that home. She was mine, and she was my daddy's. She went berserk. They had no choice because she jumped Trish. My sister didn't want her, her baby, and my mom and my daddy took her and adopted her. So she became my little adopted sister. I was 15, she was 3.
Oh, Lord.
And she got into her face. She had her all scratched. She'd scratch her as bad as what she did me. I mean, I went to my daddy's funeral with scratches down, and I mean, she cut me open that the blood ran.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is ironic. Like I said before, my daddy was killed September the 8th, 1959,
At a coal mine,
in the coal mine.
in a cave-in. Crushed his body and decapitated the man.
Yep.
And you were standing there when they brought him out of the mine and you saw the whole thing.
Yep.
And you survived that trauma
I did.
and raised your children and loved your family. After all that, you are a beautiful person, my love.
Anyway,
You are my mother.
my sister Charlotte had a baby, and she had the baby by artificial insemination because her and her husband were married a long time, and she could never become pregnant. So they found, okay, back in them days, they didn't have the medical technology
No.
that they have today. So she did have a baby by artificial insemination. And my brother and her husband, my brother-in-law was in the Air Force, and they were stationed in North Carolina. They came home with their baby boy. They brought him home. They were there for vacation. They brought the baby to us and everything, It was wonderful. We had a big family dinner, all of it. That's what people did then.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Daddy, they left and drove back to North Carolina. And they just got home when my mother called her and told her that her daddy was dead.
Oh, my.
And they turned around and they came right back.
Bless their heart.
Now, what I'm going to tell you, this is ironic. Like I said, Daddy was killed September 8th, 1959. Bobby died September the 9th,
Your husband.
Yes, 1984. Okay. Our daughter, Chrissy, was in the Army. She was stationed at Fort Ord, California. She had a baby boy. Her and her husband flew home to bring their new baby. They went back. And I had to call her and tell her to come home, that her daddy was dead.
Oh, my.
How ironic. The same thing with my sister, and then the same thing with my daughter.
The Lord moves in mysterious ways, Mom.
I know.
He puts many obstacles in our path.
And I had arthroscopy surgery when they had that horrible earthquake in California.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter had just come back.
That was the one when the World Series was going on and all the freeways collapsed and killed all those people. That 7.8 on the Richter
scale.
Yes, ma'am. I remember that well.
That very day, the day before I had arthroscopy surgery. The next morning, I'm in bed at home because it's 1-day surgery. They send you home. Okay. My phone rings. It's my daughter. She's hysterical. I got in my car and I drove from Bedford, Texas to Fort Ord, California for my daughter.
That's what a mother does. That loves her
She
child.
was hysterical, and now she won't talk to me.
The bitch and stole all your stuff.
No, not her.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. You got 2 daughters.
I got 3.
3?
I got a daughter, Chrissy. I got a daughter, Bobby Joe. Bobby Joe's named after her daddy. And then I have a daughter, Heidi. And I have a son, Alan.
Bless your heart.
And I'm going to share something that I don't share with anyone. I was married twice. My first husband was a truck driver.
Me too.
He drove for North American Van Lines. We had a baby girl, Tammy. 10 months later, I had a baby girl, Denise. A friend of ours, this couple had come down to our house. We lived in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and we had a beautiful new home. I was in nursing school. And they came this one and spent a weekend with us. And her and I took my husband's car and we went shopping. Come back, pulled in the driveway, and I opened the ashtray and I'm looking. I said, Lucy, what are these? She said, Carol, they're condoms. Condoms? She said, oh my God. Put them back where you got them. Don't. And I opened the glove box. And in there was a pair of black lace ladies' underwear, which were not mine.
And this is your husband's car?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Came to find out.
He was sleeping with your daughter?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Come to find out. And he was having all kinds of affairs out on the road. He bought a 76 Ford and parked it at the North American Van Lines terminal. And he'd come back off the road. And I was thinking he was out on the road and he would get in. He'd leave the car that I knew about there.
Yeah.
And he'd get in that Ford and he'd take off. Sometimes he'd be gone 2 months.
Wow.
Oh, I got the paychecks. But,
Somebody else getting the money.
yeah.
Sure, I'm gonna put my breeches on because I'm gonna have to go to the store
Okay.
and get you some cigarettes and get me some whiskey and go by Long John Silver's because this is Friday and you eat fish. Do you eat hush puppies?
I love her stuff.
Do you like French fries or whatever?
I like French fries and shrimp and fish.
Okay, what would you like? Do you know Long John Silver's up here?
Yeah, it's like, I think it's a $9.99 dish.
Money is no object. Sorry.
I know, but
I have enough money.
I have money at home, I can go
Yeah.
get it.
Don't worry about it.
And the fish and shrimp
Okay.
with French fries,
Hush
cocktail sauce,
puppies.
and
Hush puppies.
hush puppies and coleslaw.
Okay. Why don't I go get a set? Why don't I run my errands? Will you, if I turn the TV on or give you the remote so you can work the TV, Will you sit here and wait on me
Yeah.
to come back? Or would you like to go with me?
No, I can wait.
Okay, I'll go get us something to eat, something to drink, and something to smoke,
Okay.
and I'll be right back. And you just make yourself at home because you are, as far as I'm concerned. You're at home right now. Okay, Mama?
Okay.
Okay, baby. Let me go put my breeches on because I don't like to go out in my pajamas. I could put my coveralls on,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I just ain't the mood for that. I'd rather put on my breeches and go run my errands. It's a little warm for coveralls because it's summertime's coming.
Got that right.
Yeah. But if I don't get it done now, it'll be after dark here in a minute, and I don't like to
Yeah.
drive after dark. Yeah, I just want to thank you, Lord, for every time you heard me pray. Oh, I just want to thank you for always being there.
In a concession to moderate Democratic senators, Biden agreed to
Here's
limit
my
those
remote,
payments to
sugar.
people making up to $75,000 a year. People making up to $80,000 would get a smaller check.
All right, what my honey?
Democratic leaders offered up.
What did I come in here to
You
get?
want to get your britches?
Oh yeah, I was gonna get my britches, but
Your wallet?
Payments from
No.
$400 a week.
oh well, I'll think of it in a
That's a
minute.
bitter pill for Karen Smith, a mom in Jupiter, Florida, who lost her job at the beginning of the pandemic.
Reducing that weekly amount is just horrible. We have gone so long with so little, and it is so hard to work towards stabilizing and getting it all together when all you can do is panic about how you're going to pay your bills.
And tonight we are learning President Joe Biden is working the phones trying to get this bill across the finish line. The major holdup is a moderate senator from his own party, Joe Manchin. He's still not on board with this package. The lawmakers are racing against a deadline in just 9 days. Unemployment benefits for millions of Americans are set to expire. Democrats want to get this bill on President Joe Biden's desk before then. David?
And they can't lose even one Democratic senator on this, Rachel. Thank you. And there's also news at this hour on embattled New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. Some state lawmakers tonight moving to strip him of his emergency powers granted during the pandemic. Here's Stephanie Ramos.
He promoted himself as the face of competent leadership in the pandemic.
We are New York tough.
But tonight, the New York State Legislature voting to strip Governor Andrew Cuomo of the emergency powers he was granted to handle COVID.
This governor's inability to see outside of his own ego cannot continue to go unchecked.
It came as the New York Times reported the governor's staff rewrote a report in June, taking out the fact that more than 9,000 New Yorkers had already died in nursing homes. Today, the governor's office said the number was removed because it had not been verified. It's just one of the scandals Cuomo is facing. 2 former aides now accusing him of sexual harassment.
He is a textbook abuser.
Charlotte Bennett says the governor asked her about her sex life, whether she was monogamous, and whether she had ever slept with an older man. She spoke with CBS News.
He wanted a girlfriend. When he said he was lonely, I mentioned that his daughters had been around, and he also rejected that and said, yeah, I love my daughters, but I want a girlfriend. I thought, he's trying to sleep with me. The governor's trying to sleep with me. And I'm deeply uncomfortable, and I have to get out of this room as soon as possible.
Cuomo says Bennett
Why you quit your job, you bitch?
Now I understand
You was all that uncomfortable. Why you quit your goddamn job?
that made people feel.
I mean, he's a scumbag, but he don't deserve what's happening.
No, you don't. I always liked Cuomo.
He ought to be run out of town for being a scumbag, not for what this woman said.
Now there's 2 of them saying it.
What he did. She
Well,
said,
fuck
the
'em all.
initial of his actions, the fact is that he was sexually harassing me and has not apologized for that. David.
All right, Stephanie Ramos, Steph, thank you. And we're going to turn next year tonight to the investigation into the deadly attack on the Capitol. Tonight, news of an arrest, a former Trump appointee from the State Department now facing charges. The FBI arresting Federico Klein, accusing him of storming the Capitol and attacking police officers. Authorities receiving tips identifying Klein and images released from the January 6th assault. Klein had resigned his post at the State Department just the day before the inauguration. Overseas tonight, the U.S. forces in Iraq. We reported this week on that missile attack on a base with forces. Tonight, our Martha Raddatz one-on-one with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin.
This week, we saw a second significant attack with those 10 rockets. Do you know who did it, and what kind of responses might we expect?
We want to make sure that again, we understand who's responsible for this. The message to those that would carry out such an attack is that, expect us to do what's necessary to defend ourselves. We'll strike if that's what we think we need to do at a time and place of our own choosing.
Has Iran been given the message that this is not an escalation when we retaliate?
I think Iran is fully capable of assessing, the strike and our activities, and they'll draw their own conclusions. But what they should draw from this, again, is that we're going to defend our troops, and we're going to, our response will be thoughtful. It will be appropriate.
The one-on-one with Martha. So let's bring in Martha Raddatz tonight. And this is a delicate balance for the Biden administration. And obviously, they must defend U.S. troops, just as they now try to restore the Iran nuclear deal.
Delicate is exactly the right word, David. These Iranian-backed militias not only want the U.S. out of the Middle East, there are some factions that don't want Iran to renegotiate the nuclear deal with the U.S. And the fear with these tit-for-tat attacks is that they escalate, or that one side or the other overreacts. But Secretary Austin is keeping a close eye on all of that and trying to find exactly the right balance. David?
All right, Martha, thank you. And we should mention Martha's full one-on-one with Secretary Austin, his first broadcast interview Sunday morning, right here on ABC's This Week. Pope Francis is in Iraq tonight.
Okay.
Just check these tensions. There is unprecedented.
I leaned over the wrong way.
Panel is there again tonight.
Woo!
Tonight, Pope Francis in Iraq amid unprecedented security. Francis,
I bet that's right. I bet the security around him is look at that. He ain't got no business over there, stupid bastard. Can you imagine what will happen to this world if he gets assassinated over there? It's the end of the world, darling. I'm telling you, it's here.
48 worshippers.
He's not gonna get assassinated.
During this 3-day trip, he'll come here to the Christian town of Karakosh, once overrun by ISIS militants. ISIS drove the Christians from this town and desecrated this ancient church, using it as a firing range. Archbishop Amar will greet the Pope. He was the first to re-enter the church after ISIS was pushed out. This is what he claimed, and this is what it looks like today.
The Holy Father, who will be the first person who will pray after the revelation of the church.
Many will look to the
I'm great. Thanks to you, darling. If it wasn't for you, I'd be sitting here cussing and raising hell and wanting to hurt everybody in town.
You showed us the unprecedented security for the Pope there today. What comes next during his visit?
Cussing and screaming and praying and telling God to come take me home to send my mother, but he's already done it. So I'm happy. I'm a happy guy right now. I'm so happy I can just scream, and I believe it will.
Thank you. And next tonight, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan, and the new headline is they break their silence. Why they turned down Oprah when she first asked for an interview. Their telling answer tonight. Here's James Longman.
Once celebrated as the future of Britain's monarchy, tonight Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan further widening the rift between the two families. In an upcoming interview with Oprah,
Lord.
Meghan claims Palisades
I don't like her.
interviewed months before the 2018 wedding.
You turned me down.
I can understand her plight. So,
There will be another time.
she married into that family that's full of hypocrites and child molesters.
So many things.
Well,
We have
she did it for a
the ability to
reason.
make our own choices.
Well, yeah,
She got the notoriety.
Well, yeah, but I think she loves Andrew, though.
Royal family means
I mean,
Well, you know what? I don't think they're gonna be together long.
They probably won't, because society will not allow them to be.
able to have
He'll eventually have to cave in
the privilege
after his father dies
to say yes.
and go be the king.
No, he won't be.
He won't?
No, William will.
Yeah, well, he'll be
against the Duchess.
the king's brother,
Yeah.
the next in line.
Because Queen Elizabeth does not want Charles to be king.
Charles is a child molester.
Charles is a jerk.
He's one of Jeffrey Epstein's buddies. You know, he's throwing them young girls. There's one of them that told the story. There he is, Jeffrey Epstein. I know all this stuff, darling. I'm on top of the world in the information department. For a year, I've been studying this stuff.
Palace obviously was aware this Oprah interview was coming.
Getting ready to launch my podcast.
Palace investigation into the series is the press there.
You gotta make sure my truck starts.
The timing of all this.
It's old like me.
Yeah, David, it does feel like this investigation is in reaction to the Oprah interview, but a lot of people are also asking why this couple are speaking out now, especially with Prince Philip in the hospital. David?
Questions on both sides. James Longman tonight. James, thank you. When we come back here on a Friday night, the scare here in New York City amid the pandemic, the van and the car careening into outdoor dining.
I'm Greg, I'm 16 years old. I do motivational speaking in addition to the substitute teaching. I honestly feel that that's my calling, to give back to young people. I think most adults will start realizing that they don't recall things as quickly as they used to, or they don't remember things as vividly as they once did. I've been taking Prevagen for about 3 years now. People say to me periodically, man, you got a memory like an elephant. It's really helped me tremendously.
Prevagen, healthier brain, better life.
I'll be observing your safe driving abilities. Play your cards right, and you could be in for a tasty discount. Let's roll. Hey.
This car is dried up just like I knew it would. That's why I keep driving it.
Yep.
There's an app.
That came out of nowhere.
Allergies with nasal congestion overwhelming you? Breathe more freely with powerful Claritin D. Claritin D improves nasal airflow 2 times more than a leading allergy spray in hour 1. Claritin D. Get more airflow.
What is Humana doing sending me a DIY test kit?
Old health insurance reminds you to schedule a screening, say, for colon cancer. Humana does you one better and sends you an at-home test kit when it's overdue. One of those tests could save your life, or at least a little hassle.
Oh,
Yeah, you get it, you do it, you send it back.
I get it. I do it. I send it back.
You get it, you do it, you send it back.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it. Humana, a more human way to help kids.
Pain hits fast. So get relief fast. Only Tylenol rapid release gels have laser drilled holes. They release medicine fast for fast pain relief. Tylenol rapid release gels.
We turn next tonight to the alarming scene here in New York City. Police say a van collided with another car in Manhattan. The car then crashing into an outdoor dining area set up amid the pandemic. There are many of them. Luckily, there were no customers at the time, but there were people around. The van jumping the curb, at least 8 injured. Police say the van driver may have suffered a medical episode. And when we come back here tonight, the roof collapsed at a middle school. They had to use a drone and canines to search through that debris.
Age-related macular degeneration may lead to severe vision loss.
So the National Eye Institute did 20 years of clinical studies on a formula only found in Preservision.
If it were my vision, I'd ask my doctor about Preservision.
It's the most studied eye vitamin brand.
If it were my vision, I'd look into Preservision.
Only Preservision A-Reds 2 contains the exact nutrient formula recommended by the NEI to help reduce the risk of moderate to advanced AMD progression.
I have AMD. It is my vision, so my plan includes Preservision.
Okay, Lulu, you're set. And as I spike it, I'll tell them how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so they only pay for what they need. Got it? Did you get that? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I have the power to lower my A1C.
Because I can still make my own insulin. And Trulicity activates my body to release it.
Once weekly Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. Most people taking it reached an A1C under 7%. Trulicity may also help you lose up to 10 pounds and lower your risk of cardiovascular events, whether you know you're at risk or not. Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
Want to build a gaming business that breaks the internet? That means working night and day and delegating to an experienced live bookkeeper for peace of mind. Your books are all set, so you can finally give John some attention.
Trusted experts, guaranteed accurate books into a QuickBooks Live. In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines and improved quality of life. Ask your doctor about Salonpas. It's good medicine.
When I was little, my mom would take care of me. But since she got cancer from smoking, it's my turn to take care of her.
Listen to that propaganda.
People you love are worth quitting for. You can quit. For free help, call 1-800.
Trying to make everybody quit smoking. Hell, people been smoking
Middle school in Oakland Park.
ever since we've been here.
That's right.
And now just cause it's no longer politically correct,
Media Center, which is
we can't even smoke in our own home.
Drone and canine.
Well, they can kiss my ass.
Several students and staff.
I'm a grown man, I know what I want to do.
When we come back here tonight, the NFL making history. Its newest star tonight, and she is our person of the week.
I know who I am, and I know
For waiting to go to your doctor right now.
I know a lot of shit they have no clue to. So they can kiss my ass.
These
Ah.
complications of deep vein thrombosis,
Kind of thought this guy I am.
which could travel to your lungs and lead to a pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be dead. Your symptoms can mean something serious, so this is no time to wait. Talk to a doctor right away, by phone, online, or in person. Spring driving is here, and the countdown to luxury has begun at your local Cadillac showroom. Experience the iconic style and bold sophistication in a Cadillac SUV or sedan. Reward yourself and move up to a Cadillac.
They just want to thank you, Lord, for every time you heard me pray. Okay, sure. Fish and shrimp and biscuits. Can I take the top off?
Sure.
So I get them right.
Just give that dog one for me.
And what else would you like? I mean, do you need anything else in the store? No. While I'm out?
No, not this.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Okay.
Get me a pack of zigzag tape.
Okay. You got it, darling.
This is Paramount Plus, now streaming.
We'll just get stoned and be somebody. Yeah. Let's see.
He started
God.
believing things that weren't true. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't say a word.
I just want to thank you for being my friend, darling, for being my mama.
But now, doctors are
I'm
prescribing
so happy you're here.
only FDA-approved medicine proven to significantly reduce hallucinations and delusions related to Parkinson's. Don't take Nuplazid if you are allergic to its ingredients. Nuplazid can increase the risk of death in elderly people with dementia-related psychosis and is not for treating symptoms.
There you go, darling. Not relaxed.
Oh, thank you.
Nuplazid
You're
can
welcome.
cause changes in heart rhythm and should
Okay.
be taken if you have certain unknown
I'm gonna take one more of these, and I'm done.
All right.
And one thing, the only thing I need to warn you about, myself at home, my guns are loaded. Don't touch my guns.
I won't touch them.
Okay.
I don't touch guns.
Okay, sweetheart. But if you see a gun in my house, it's loaded.
My husband was shot between the eyes.
Okay.
I don't.
I just don't want to come back home and find you laying in the floor in a pool of blood.
You
Because you blew one of my weapons.
You'll never ever have to worry about me touching a gun.
Okay, darling.
I don't touch things that don't belong to me.
Okay. Zigzag cigarettes and fish and shrimp.
I love
Okay.
and cocktail sauce.
And cocktail sauce. You got it, darling.
XFL. And when not on the field, she's teaching.
I teach at risk.
Mom, I spiffy up the bathroom for you, but
Okay, that's fine.
well, the cat likes to.
Yeah.
When he's in here, he likes to jump up and drink out the toilet. He won't drink out of water bottle. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Make stuff at
Be
home.
careful.
Oh, I will.
Officiate the Super Bowl. And right here tonight, Maya.
I forgot my gun. I can't do. Oh no, I got it. That's all.
I'm so excited to be a member of the National Football League's officiating staff. I will always remember that day. My response was, I think I'm getting punked.
She wasn't. And tonight, Maya and her message.
As long as you put in the work and you have a strong work ethic and you strive for greatness and you strive to get better, that all your dreams and goals and aspirations will always come true.
We love it. We choose Maya Shaka, and we'll be looking for her on the field. Whit and Lindsay here this weekend, and I'll see you here on Monday. Good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Moore, America's most watched newscast.
Tonight on Nightline, see a real medical miracle. Only the fourth person in America to receive a life-saving double lung transplant due to COVID. Saving Leo tonight.
Questions swirling. Why was a Dallas police officer allowed to stay on the job while he was a person of interest for murder? We did not at any time and would not make recommendations about pulling him off. We just learned what happened the day he was arrested. Spring break is here, so what are your plans? Get out your phone. We want you to weigh in and breaking down barriers.
She's made me love more, see more of the world, see people in a different way.
How this young lady is achieving her dreams and never giving up. Live from Victory Park, WFAA News at 6 starts now. There is no instance during that investigation where the FBI made any recommendation to keep Brian Reiser on duty.
Just into our newsroom, the FBI says it never recommended leaving a Dallas police officer on duty who was accused of paying a hitman to kill two people. And this all goes back to something the former Dallas police chief told WFAA. Thanks for joining us. I'm Cynthia Sayeda.
And I'm Chris Lawrence. Last night, former Chief Renee Hall told us the FBI recommended leaving Officer Reiser on duty to avoid tipping him off. Tonight, the Bureau says that's not true. Here's investigative reporter Tanya Iser.
The motive for these murders are unknown at this time.
A day after Dallas police arrested one of their own on capital murder charges, the FBI special agent in charge
You guys ready?
disputed a statement made by former police chief Renee Hall. In a statement issued last night, Hall said the DPD Special Investigations Unit, in collaboration with the FBI, recommended not placing Officer Brian Reiser on administrative leave.
We did not at any time and would not make recommendations about pulling him off or taking him or leaving him on duty. We had no time to ask them to leave him on duty.
Hall also said in her statement that after the allegations came to light in 2019, it was determined there was not enough evidence to charge him at that time.
We were investigating the case. We continue to investigate the case with the Dallas Police Department.
Reiser thought he was coming to Dallas Police headquarters for a routine disciplinary hearing Thursday morning. But in reality, police sources say it was a ruse to get him into custody. Police say Reiser, seen here in newly released booking video, ordered 2 killings in 2017. The investigation into Reiser got underway in 2019. Police records show a witness already in jail facing capital murder charges came forward saying Reiser hired him to do the killings. The witness said Reiser described Lisa Syons, one of the victims, as an informant.
You've got a mastermind criminal who's organized, based on affidavits at least, is organized 2 professional hits. And he's a uniformed patrol officer, armed, walking and patrolling the streets of our city. That's difficult to believe.
Police sources tell WFA Dallas police are investigating what connections this situation may have to Reiser's father. Federal court records show he operated a drug house here in this Dallas apartment. He was arrested in August 2017 for intent to distribute narcotics. He was sentenced and is housed in this Grand Prairie federal prison. Officer Reiser is now on administrative leave. He's being held in the Dallas County Jail on $5 million bail. In Dallas, I'm Tanya Iser.
Tonight, for the first time, we heard from a mother who says her son was abused and called racial slurs by his classmates. We first told you last night that Plano police are now investigating the case. Jobin Paniker is live tonight in Plano. Jobin, what did that mom say?
Well, yeah, the mom is very emotional. She says this goes beyond bullying. This is the disturbing allegations are being investigated right now by Plano Police Department. That's where we are right now. We want to show you some images from earlier today. The 13-year-old did come to the press conference. We are told that was his decision. The mother also tells us she wants people to know what happened and who they hurt. The family says the young teenager has been subjected to 2 years of physical abuse and racial threats by a group of students at Haggard Middle School, and then a video surfaced from 2 weeks ago that shows the 13-year-old being forced to drink a yellow liquid. The family tells us it was urine. The family and representatives met with Plano Police Chief Ed Drain this afternoon, a meeting they characterized as promising. The attorney says this should be investigated as a federal hate crime involving 3 to 4 minors. Now, the mother also says a number of complaints went unheard by the school and the district. Listen to this.
This is not a prank. This is beyond bullying. You are evil. They are evil.
This is assault. This is a hate crime. This is a felony.
You're hearing just a glimpse of some of that emotion right there. The Plano Police Department has assigned detectives to this case. The Plano ISD is also working with the police department on this case. Now, there's a 6:30 rally scheduled here just outside the Plano Police Department. You see people have showed up. They showed up with signs here. It should be a large gathering here for this young man. Reporting live here in Plano, I'm Jim Banner.
No child should ever be subjected to that. Governor Abbott is updating the vaccine timeline. The original plan was to vaccinate every Texan who wanted it by the end of April. Today, the governor said it'll probably be early May. It was one and done in Dallas today. These were some of the first to receive the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine at Fair Park. It only requires 1 shot, not 2. Dallas County had about 3,000 doses on hand today and will administer more tomorrow. Today was the first time teachers could line up for a shot in Dallas County. Take a look at the scene at Ellis Davis Fieldhouse. The county is starting with educators who live in 17 zip codes being prioritized by FEMA and those that are eligible for a vaccine under Group 1B. And with teachers being eligible, local counties are making plans to get them vaccinated as soon as possible. Fort Worth ISD is partnering with Texas Health to vaccinate everyone in the district. And Tarrant County is planning a mass vaccination event Monday for employees in Arlington ISD.
It is hard to believe spring break is here, right? Allen ISD is already on break and Plano ISD starts next week. And spring break lands just as Governor Abbott rescinds the mask mandate and Texas prepares to reopen 100% starting Wednesday. So we want to know, what are your plans? Are you staying home or going on vacation? Weigh in on the Vote Now tile of the WFAA app. And while you do that, here's Eric Alvarez with a guide to help you take a break safely.
It's beginning to look a lot like spring in North Texas, and while the skies are clear, spring break plans may not be.
Moms are kind of wrestling with the decision of what's best.
Emily Urey runs Fort Worth Moms, a popular online resource for families looking for ways to have fun in the sun after a difficult winter.
With kids who've gone through a big trauma over the last few months.
But plans don't come easy with recent changes to statewide COVID-19 policies. This week, Governor Greg Abbott announced Texas's mask mandate would be lifted and businesses could soon reopen at 100% capacity. But some attractions like Six Flags Over Texas aren't making big changes anytime soon.
While we are able to operate at full capacity, we are still going to be implementing our safety protocols that we've had in place.
Spokesperson Brad Malone says you'll still need to make a reservation online, and masks are required for guests older than 2.
To make sure that the experience that our guests have when they're out at the park is safe as well as enjoyable.
Different places are doing different things. The Fort Worth Zoo says it will strongly urge guests to continue wearing masks, but stopped short of saying they'd be required. The Dallas Zoo will require masks for guests 10 and up. The Perot Museum in Dallas says face coverings are required for all guests ages 3 and up, and social distancing is encouraged throughout the museum. If you're planning to take the kids to a Mavs game, think again. They're still closed to fans. The Dallas Stars are limiting attendance to 4,200 fans, and they'll still have to wear masks. It's all leading to some tough decisions for families in need of a break.
It really does come down to what is best for your family.
To find out what to expect at even more North Texas attractions, just go to WFAA.com. In Arlington, I'm Eric Aldermans.
We'll get back to our poll question. What are you doing for spring break?
All right, 10% of you say yes, you're going to travel for spring break, but 90% of you, you're not going anywhere. You're staying right here in North Texas. Well, I'm with the 10%, Chris. I'm headed east. We're going to Arkansas to go treasure hunting in the RV.
In the RV, there you go. All right.
And you?
I'll be working.
He'll be holding down the fort. Well, still ahead, ERCOT is in the hot seat this afternoon, accused of taking advantage of the winter storm crisis in Texas.
Plus, life is, there are plenty of barriers in front of a young woman in North Texas, which is why she's breaking them down.
Music is sponsored by Taco Bueno. At Taco Bueno, our food is made from scratch with fresh ingredients daily. More flavor, more food, more Bueno.
Monster Energy AMA Supercross in FIM World Championship.
200 in the starting gate, believe I will be champion.
Grab your $15 savings coupon from Monster Energy. Available at participating Quick Trip stores. March 13th, 16th, and 20th at AT&T Stadium.
Butterfly shrimp is back at Golden Chicken.
It's so crunchy. It's very delicious. It's nice and crispy.
That is a big old piece of shrimp, right? It's straining your arm to hold up that much shrimp.
Yeah.
The shrimp's so good you'll kiss it.
Tonight's Mega Millions drawing is presented by Jackpocket. Jackpocket lets you play official Texas lottery games right on your phone. Just pick your numbers and place your ticket order. See a scan of your ticket right in the app. And get your winnings instantly. Go to jackpocket.com to get the app. Use code TEXAS and get your first ticket free. Jackpocket. Play the lottery. Skip the line.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. With great deals, get ready to turn your dreams into reality.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, get $1,250 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2021 RAV4 LE for only $249 a month.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places. The biggest events are happening at home on big screens for movie premieres, online gaming, for front row seats at big games. That's why big screens from Nebraska Furniture Mart are the best screens. Now, select TV and soundbar bundles are 10% off Mart price. Plus, get $50 off standard installation on qualifying purchases, with free delivery on TVs 51 inches and larger, and 18-month financing. See all the action with a big screen from Nebraska Furniture Mart.
There's a certain satisfaction that comes when you deliver on a promise. And here's a Standard Insurance Associate sharing one of our policyholder stories.
Well, I called Standard and they were just so gracious. I told them I was insured somewhere else and I was having problems. So I wanted to see what rate they could offer. And they said, we can do $712. I said, oh, for 6 months? She said, no, ma'am, for the whole year. Very friendly, very kind, and courteous. I told everybody at work, go to Standard Insurance.
Don't delay, call Standard today.
It has been almost 2 weeks since the ice melted, but the fallout from the winter storm could last a while. Today, ERCOT's Technical Advisory Committee held a special meeting. It was hours long, going through a list of problems that needed to be fixed. They touched on communication gaps. There needs to be an improvement in public safety communication. It was also mentioned ERCOT's electronic mailing list software was down the week of the storm.
Need help getting to a vaccination site? Starting March 17th, Dallas County is offering free rides to and from the Bachman Rec Center. Anyone in Group 1B is eligible, as well as any seniors. Just call the number on your screen to reserve a spot. And today is Employee Appreciation Day, and you've been sharing all the ways your boss is recognizing your hard work. Well, things didn't go so well for Molly Brand. She says her boss has been ignoring her all day. Bree had somewhat better luck. Her boss was out of the office, but called and told her to order lunch for the whole staff. Wow, how about that? Here's one of the badges. You just saw it. The Louisville Police Department gave each officer a badge of honor, COVID-19 lapel pin. Thank you for sharing all of your wonderful posts today. I'm just wondering though, Izzy, did you hear from Leslie McCardle?
No.
Carolyn Mungo?
No, or Sheena Smith? How about you?
I didn't even know it was Employee Appreciation Day. I heard nothing.
But on a Boss Appreciation Day, I'm the first to call.
You are a brown noser. You are right there with the best of them.
They are great bosses, though. Well, still ahead, nothing, and I don't think I didn't hear what you said. Nothing is impossible for this North Texas woman, how she is chasing her dreams and inspiring others along the way.
Live captioning of WFAA is sponsored by Rose's Cafe, where limited inside dining, drive-through, and carry-out is available today.
You're invited to the Rooms to Go 30th anniversary sale. Save on this stylish Cindy Crawford color sectional with floating shades. Your choice for just $8.95 or $14 a month interest-free in your choice of color during the Rooms to Go anniversary sale.
Hey, pal. Thanks for helping with the homework.
Sure. Who doesn't love algebra?
This is one electricity bill.
It's 15 pages of numbers, and I'm sure there are hidden fees in there, but I can't find them.
How am I supposed to manage my bill if I can't understand it?
I got it. The thing you want is zero energy.
Zero energy.
Yeah, zero energy is simple. It's easy to understand. Zero hidden fees. You can switch in minutes.
Can't be that easy.
Aziz is algebra.
Nobody thinks algebra is easy. Zero energy. The easy choice.
Here at DQ, we always treat you right. Our famous soft serve, loaded with your favorite toppings, is happiness on a spoon. From super sundaes to delicious dipped cones to blizzard bliss. Hungry for more? We're also serving up the best burgers, baskets, and crunchy tacos around. For the best treats and eats in Texas, nobody treats you like DQ. That's what I like about Texas.
The Texas power grid failed because its operators didn't see the need to prepare for cold weather, even after they were warned by experts over and over. The power companies were told what should be done, but repeatedly ignored warnings. And now 4 million Texan families and businesses lost power during a massive storm. The power companies must be held accountable. If you lost power and sustained a financial loss or personal injury and want compensation, call 800-800-2828. Don't let greed and a lack of planning be acceptable. Call 800-800-2828 right now.
If you're 65 years or older, or will soon turn 65, look to a Medicare plan that cares back. From Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas, the right plan for all your big plans ahead. That's the benefit of Blue, through it all.
You're invited to the Rooms to Go 30th anniversary sale. Save on this beautiful upholstered bed, just $677 or $11 a month. Or the 5-piece set, just $1377 or $21 a month interest-free. With its complete queen bed, dresser, and mirror during the Rooms to Go anniversary sale.
Tonight, a true crime love triangle. There is no way the story is going to end well.
He was a married man.
The affair was the worst kept secret. Tammy finds out and confronts Heather.
It wasn't pretty.
Now, exclusive movies 2022 on ABC.
So how many of us have had dreams where after years of trying and maybe failing, we've given up? Well, for this young lady, the only thing that's impossible is giving up. We first met Brittany Lowe in 2017 when she landed her first back handspring. Tonight, Sean Gigi shows us how she's breaking down barriers again.
When Brittany Lowe graduated high school, the future didn't look bright.
Until recently, young adults with Down syndrome, like Brittany, who wanted a normal life, faced plenty of barriers, which is why Brittany keeps breaking them down.
She's certainly achieved that and gone beyond what we thought.
Brittany is no stranger to chasing her dreams.
Yes.
When we first met her as a high school cheerleader, she had just become one of the only people with Down syndrome to ever land a back handspring. That was 2 years ago, and now she's landed a job. 5 days a week, she works at Outback Steakhouse in Louisville.
I have 2 jobs.
You have 2 jobs?
Yeah.
What's the other one?
WWE wrestling.
You're a WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
Brittany's even picked out a wrestling name.
Yes.
Sassy 21. Sassy because she's sassy, and 21 for the extra chromosome she possesses.
And I went and told her, I said, now, Brittany, I heard about Sassy 21, and she started laughing. And I said, I don't need her to come out at work here and get mad at me one day.
Tommy says, though, when it's time to work, Brittany is as serious as a world champion. At the restaurant, Brittany preps the silverware, and to her, it might as well be the most important job in the world.
She has so much pride in it, and the little enthusiasm that she has is infectious.
Because of her, he says his employees are happier, and he's a better boss.
Do you like making people happy?
Yeah. She's made me love more, see more of the world, see people in a different way.
Brittany may have gotten a job, but clearly, we're all receiving the benefits. In Louisville, I'm Sean Giggy.
Let's hear for Sassy 21.
Yeah, just another beautiful story by Sean. He did just such an amazing job with the story.
So it's Employee Appreciation Day. What did Pete do for you today, Kyle?
Hey, didn't work on my day off.
Wow.
I'm not joking. I was off today, and I got a call about noon saying that there was a situation with Jesse. He's fine, but he needed to not be able to do the 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
And so I came to work like the good employee that I am.
Not ahead of the Pete.
Well,
No
Pete
better
is-
way to celebrate.
He just started his spring break early, so hey, here we are.
Yeah, and I have crickets from our bosses today, so.
Thankless life we live here, right? All right, 57 in Dallas at the moment. We do have clouds that have moved in overhead. We actually have a disturbance that's moving through North Texas right now. We'll talk about that coming up in a second. Before those clouds rolled in, we did manage a high of 71 once the sun was out a little earlier today. Very spring-like this afternoon, quite nice. Above normal by 6 degrees. The normal high there, 65. Outside at the moment, this is out of DFW Airport. It is 56 by the way. And the pollen count, miserable. Mountain cedar high, elm is moderate, maple's moderate, pine is moderate, fungus is moderate. I haven't worked every day, but so far this year, keeping track of the pollen, this is the worst at least I've seen, 88.75, the total there for you. Here's what's going on outside. We got the cloud cover. This is the disturbance that's moving overhead. Maybe a stray shower down there between kind of Cleburne and Corsicana and Hillsborough. You can see the bulk of the activity, the rain that is, well off to the east and northeast. That's where the majority of that will stay. But I can't rule out just a sprinkle or something as we head through the next few hours. Here's that low pressure system and cold front drifts to the south. Cooler air will spill in behind it. The clouds will go along with that disturbance. And by tomorrow morning, we should be dealing with clear skies and sunshine, and that will set the stage for a gorgeous Saturday and a gorgeous weekend as well. So with clear skies tomorrow morning, it actually will be chilly. 43 to start tomorrow, but sunny, and 63 tomorrow afternoon, 41 Sunday morning, but then even warmer Sunday afternoon with those highs in the upper 60s. So tonight turning chilly with the skies clearing out. 43 will be your low, like we just talked about. Pleasant Saturday in store for you, mostly sunny, and those high temperatures will climb into the low 60s. Warmer weather on the way for the upcoming week. 70 Monday, 73 Tuesday, 78 Wednesday, 80 Thursday. So very spring-like for spring break next week. And then showers and storms potentially late next week and into next weekend. Of course, we'll keep you informed about all that because it's still a little uncertain the exact timing with that and the exact coverage. We may see a cool down next weekend as well. For now, enjoy the weekend and enjoy early next week. So I know Dale probably didn't do anything for you, Mike, for Employee Appreciation Day, apparently. Or if he did, now's the time to set the record straight.
Listen, I've had enough glasses of wine out here on the patio. I think he's probably stocked up enough goodwill for an awful long time. Dallas has taken the next big step toward being a host city for the 2026 World Cup, and the Dallas Sports Commission is intent on playing this up big. Dallas was one of the host cities in 1994, and they intend to be again this time around. But after talking with Monica Paul, the executive director of the DSC earlier today, it's very clear simply being one of the hosts for a few games is not what they have in mind.
We like to do things big here in Dallas. So yes, we're not approaching this as a 1 to 2 matches. We want 5, 6 group stage matches, maybe a quarterfinal, give us a final. We want to be a hub. We'd love to be FIFA headquarters. We want that international broadcast center.
Dallas is one of 17 American cities that are in the running. 10 will be selected. They'll find out in the final few months of 2021 who those 10 will be. More on all of this tonight. Stars are off tonight, and that's a merciful reality for Dallas sports fans. Man, they're not very good right now. Sure, there are reasons. No Tyler Sagan, no Ben Bishop, no Alexander Radulov. Not having 2 of your best goal scorers and your top goalies, that's a problem, and you're not going to be as good without those guys. But you had to think they'd be better than this. We all thought they'd be good enough to at least stay in contention, at least enough that it would matter when Sagan and Bishop come back from injury later this month. Right now, it's not looking like it will. The top 2 high school basketball teams in the state of Texas square off tonight. Number 1, Waxahachie, and number 2, Duncanville, right here in Waxahachie. The berth in the state semifinals on the line. You can make the case that this game could decide the state champion in 6A this year. Just don't tell that to Richardson, Dallas Jesuit, or Austin Westlake. Former DeSoto star and Super Bowl 50 MVP Von Miller will not be charged with a crime, the Parker County, Colorado DA announced today. Parker police never officially stated what Miller was under investigation for. And it's the Autumn Palmer Invitational this weekend down in Florida. A couple of Dallas area connections on the leaderboard, including Bryson DeChambeau, who held the 18-hole lead. Not quite as sharp today, but good enough to post a 1 under par round. He's alone in 6th heading to the weekend. And Jordan Spieth posted another good day today as well. He's starting to maybe kind of turn the corner a little bit. Sunk this birdie putt from off the green at 15, a 3 on the round of 69, has him positioned well, tied for 7. 4 shots back of the leader, Corey Connors. And that's all for sports. News 86 is back right after this.
Looking Web 88 Weather is sponsored by TXU Energy, a proud Weatherline sponsor.
This is Ford Truck Month, Texas. Time to take a ride in all-new 2021 Ford F-150 with an available 12-inch touchscreen, available interior work surface, and with powerful performance on demand, a class exclusive available Pro-Power onboard mobile generator. These are America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Now during Truck Month, get a 2021 F-150 starting at $37,955 plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards.
This is a emergency message from Food. Small business insurance is usually so complicated you need to be a lawyer to understand it. That's why 3 is created. It's a better kind of business insurance. It's only 3 pages, straightforward. If you own it, 3 covers it. That's me. I don't even need to see what's happening.
Bubba.
This solution is not open. No,
Oh, he'll be right back.
no nonsense, just common sense.
Refresh your room,
He
refresh
will.
your floors,
Be right back.
refresh your home. Nebraska Furniture Mart has you
What's
covered.
more treats?
For inspiration, walk out
Oh,
with savings
my.
on sofas, bedrooms, home office, and other
Get up.
Shop our huge selection of brand names, explore an amazing display of advanced
Oh.
technology, and find special deals on appliances and
Oh.
electronics with 18-month financing available. Shop safely in the store and online. Have it delivered or use
Yeah.
contact-free pickup. Find the perfect update for
Uh-huh.
It's all here at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Just a minute.
Coronavirus has us nervous to go to the hospital. But delayed care for a heart condition
Oh.
puts people at risk. Your heart health is a priority. Your physician's office and hospitals have implemented protocols to safely care for heart failure patients during the COVID pandemic. Avoiding care isn't one of them. Brought to you by Abbott. With your doctor and the heart team, we come together to provide protective measures to reduce risks and safely care for our heart patients. Don't take unnecessary risks. Talk to your doctor about treatment options for your heart.
Are you paying more than you have to for TV and internet?
Our AT&T TV monthly bill increased over $60 after the first year.
We thought we were saving by signing a 2-year contract. Guess
Come
not.
here.
My AT&T internet
Come
is
here.
the fastest, most consistent download speed.
Come here.
So
Look here.
frustrating. Your family
Get it.
deserves better. Switch to Spectrum with 200
megabits internet and TV for $44.99 each when bundled. Call 1-855-260-2013.
Restricts the spectrum?
And now we have our favorite channel with PhD.
Here,
With the Spectrum
come
TV,
get it.
we watch live TV here and here with no additional equipment. Spectrum Internet is super fast and reliable with no very fast ever.
Get Spectrum internet and TV for $44.99 each when bundled. Plus, ask about adding programming from around the world. Call 1-855-260-2013.
Stop in a contract? Spectrum gives you up to $500 to cancel it. Call now.
Live captioning of WFAA News is sponsored by Texans and Academies. Go into your vehicle today and get a $50 Visa gift card. Remember, right off the car, not the kid.
Now, this is just what we need on a Friday night. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak just debuted their new single, Leave the Door Open. It's their debut.
That's all I got, baby.
Called Silk Sonic, which drops its
Got no more.
sometime later this year.
His real name is Peter Hernandez. He's one of 6 children, and he did his first performance at 4 years old. Fascinating.
Yeah, I actually like that song.
Beautiful. See how it's happening?
Using is sponsored by Wellborn Garage Doors. At Wellborn, you always get convenient same-day service that works on your schedule. Set your appointment today at wellborndoors.com.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off for your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full by September 2022. Call today.
Finding an electricity plan can be confusing. Introducing Power Wizard. Power Wizard's smart technology compares hundreds of electricity plans, finds the best one for you, and manages the switching process on your behalf. Power Wizard reminds you when it's time to renew and does the renewal for you. With Power Wizard, you will never overpay for electricity ever again. Visit PowerWizard.com and find out how much you can save. Power Wizard, electricity savings in a flash.
Get ready, it's exciting, it's rooms to go, and right now is the perfect time to go. Shop the Rooms to Go 30th anniversary sale.
Here, Bubba.
30 great years with big anniversary sale savings on any furniture you need. Plus, get 66-month interest-free financing with small monthly payments as low as $9 a month on living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, anything starting at $5.99. So let's go, let's save. Shop the Rooms to Go 30th anniversary sale going on now.
Some Western philosopher once said, the point of life is helping each
Hello.
other get through. These days, we're all looking forward to getting back to where we think were. But even the days we wish to forget
Hey, Jerry.
have had moments.
It's me. I'm over here babysitting. He went to the store and I don't know, he's errands to run. And he has the back door open for Bubba. So I've been here feeding Bubba.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right
Okay.
now, get up to
I just wanted to
$6,500
let
off
you
your
know.
sunroom. Plus,
All right,
no interest if
talk to
paid
you
in
later.
full by September 2022. Call today.
Celebrate International Women's Day with us Monday on GMT at 9.
Tonight, it's a battle royale. Harry and Meghan feel they have nothing to lose. What to expect from their explosive tell-all with Oprah?
Well, so many things.
Plus, Aaron Rodgers ready for baby? His fast-track plan for fatherhood with fiancée Shailene Woodley.
That's what's most exciting to me.
Then, Chris Harrison keeping his job, or Chris be going back to work. Only Widow would demand counseling him through the Bachelor controversy. And Coming to America is finally out.
What did you just say?
And Eddie Murphy has a big announcement.
I'm serious. Do you think I'm funny?
E.T. starts now. Just 2 more days to what could be Oprah's most highly anticipated interview ever.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Where Harry and Meghan sit down. Listen, have you popped the popcorn?
I got you.
I need a big old tin.
Yeah, a big 10 and a bottle of Chardonnay. It's going to be that good, everybody. And we found out what to expect.
What is right about this time?
Well, so many things that we're on the other side of a lot of life experience that's happening. And also that we have the ability to make our own choices.
I think at this point, Harry and Meghan feel they have nothing to lose.
Meghan signaled she's ready to tell all, and in a new preview released today, she says she was silenced by the firm when Oprah asked for an interview back in 2018.
I couldn't have said yes to you then. That wasn't my choice to make. So as an adult who lived a really independent life, to then go into this construct that is different than I think what people imagine it to be, it's really liberating to be able to just make a choice on your own and just be able to speak for yourself.
Speaking up for Meghan today, her select friends, including former Suits co-star Patrick J. Adams. He tweeted, "Find someone else to admonish, berate, and torment. My friend Meghan is way out of your league." Patrick thought the royals would, quote, stop sharpening the knives after Archie was born, but says, instead, the hunt continued.
They're sick of seeing the same narratives come out of the British media time and time again that are so at odds with the person that they know.
Also standing by Meghan, Halle Berry, who tweeted, "It still protect Black women." And Gabrielle Union posted this Sure Jan gif above the initial report that broke the bullying claims. There is something to think about the timing of all of this.
I'm sure Meghan would want for it to be investigated too, because I think on their side it's quite clear that they feel that that was not the case. I personally never come across anyone talk about bullying.
Author Owen Scobie, who co-wrote the Meghan and Harry biography Finding Freedom, says Meghan will talk about the issue of race with Oprah. And as for the Queen,
so it won't be easy for her to see this interview air. She's very protective about the image of the crown. Certainly with Prince Philip in hospital at the same time, this is becoming quite a difficult year for her. But listen, the Queen has been through a lot worse. She's been through 2 wars, a pandemic. So I think Harry and Meghan telling all is going to be a walk in the park.
can a new baby heal things?
I'm sure Harry and Meghan having a second child will be a moment that brings everyone closer together. And this interview that Harry and Meghan are doing with Oprah is really to put a lot of this stuff to bed.
We knew at their wedding that Oprah was going to get this interview one day. I'm so happy for her.
Listen, Oprah was rocking back and forth at the wedding. She just was new to the case. All right, well, she has another big event to celebrate. Her man Stedman turns 70 tomorrow. Happy birthday, Stedman.
Yo, let's hop on a Zoom, Stedman, have some cocktails.
Oh, listen to you.
Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley just got engaged, but he's already thinking baby.
What?
I'm recently engaged, so I've been enjoying that part of my life. The next great challenge will be being a father, I think.
The 37-year-old Packers quarterback made it clear on Instagram he's ready to have kids with fiancée Shailene, but not just yet.
Maybe not in the immediate future, but definitely something that I really look forward to.
Just last week, Shailene gave a glimpse of her engagement ring with Jimmy Fallon, and these two are a testament that opposites attract.
I never thought as a little girl, yeah, when I grow up, I'm gonna marry someone who throws balls. Yeah.
Another couple living their best lives, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. This smile says it all. The new mom and her man hit the shores of Hawaii with 6-month-old daughter Daisy. Katie isn't due back on Idol until mid-April, and our source says she's already thinking about more babies one day, but right now, quote, they're just enjoying the moment and spending time with Daisy and each other, and they have no plans yet to reschedule their wedding. Now to Jason Sudeikis, who's moving on from Ex-Olivia Wilde with his Ted Lasso.
Oh, your partner will be right back.
This is yeah. Here he is with a double or overnight bag, baby.
He'll be right back, Papa.
That same day, Keely was spotted in what is now his iconic Golden Globes acceptance speech.
Come here.
Nice, buddy. And it seems
Here,
he
Papa.
accepted the award from her apartment. The fireplace decor is the same as this
Papa.
Instagram Keely previously posted. The two
Come
met in
here.
2014 on the set of the
Oh.
film Horrible Bosses 2.
Your daddy will be right back.
Also says the new couple
Yeah.
is having fun.
Your
and
partner
seeing
will
where
be
things go.
right back. Yeah.
As for Olivia, she's very happy with Harry and just glad to see Jason in a good place.
It's okay.
Moving towards a healing
Your partner will be
process.
right back.
Who's providing counseling for the embattled bachelor host.
Yes.
Committed to that work. Seeking counsel.
Stay here, Bubba.
That you hurt.
Is it a good look in 2018 or is it not a good look in
Bubba.
2021?
You have to get educated first to understand what he said was wrong. And people know people, and we ended up getting connected.
Dr. Michael Eric Dyson wrote the book Long Time Coming, Reckoning with Race in America, and has counseled with countless celebs. Can you give me the exact steps that you and Chris took together?
We've had tremendous conversations about race and culture and politics. He's self-critical, he's introspective, and he's not doing it for a job. He's doing it for his journey.
Dr. Dyson talks to me about counsel, not cancel.
Cancel culture is a cancel. If you make a mistake and you say you want to do better, you gotta be given a ledge on which to stand and move forward.
He apologized. I accept the apology. Like, let's move forward.
His apology is his apology, but it felt like it got nothing more than a surface response on any of this.
It starts at the surface and it seeps down. Look at the influence he can have across the board by talking to white people who may be insensitive or unaware, and he can make the difference.
I plan to be back, and I want to be back.
The Bachelorette season is slated to start shooting later this month. Will Chris return to work?
I certainly hope so. There's no good reason for him not to return. Hey, he messed up. He acknowledged he messed up. He's now standing up, and he's bringing that much more consciousness to bear, and it can have a better effect for all of us.
All right, let's turn to movies. Theaters in New York have been cleared to reopen at a limited capacity. That's a big, big deal for moviegoers. And Christopher Nolan's Tenet is finally going to be on the big screen at 5 different New York locations.
This is exactly what he wants. He wants everybody to see this movie on the big screen.
100%.
Absolutely. All right. Well, also today, coming to America, started streaming with a lot of familiar faces.
And a couple of new ones.
Yes, indeed. Like Wesley Snipes, who was this close to being in the first one. I think you told me that you tried out for the first Coming to America. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong.
That's facts. That's facts. It was me, Eric LaSalle, and Mario Rodriguez. And Eric LaSalle won the role.
Yeah! That's the doorbell.
Bubba just went back out. He's in here looking all up.
Come on, partner.
He's looking all over for you.
There he is.
Crying. Good grief, my butt.
Right, this name.
And no one is more excited than Eddie for this season.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you didn't need to get me all these things.
Well, it's my pleasure, darling. You're my mama.
Thank you.
That's the way I treated my other mother.
What can I expect from 60 to 70?
We got Coming to America 3 in a game.
These are yours.
Oh, we
Really?
There's a part 3, but it doesn't happen for 16 years.
Oh.
I have to be 75. What's in the
What
immediate
in the
future?
world?
You stand with it.
Oh my God.
The plan was to do Dolomite, to do Saturday Night Live, to do Coming to America, then do stand up, and then COVID.
Good Lord. We're gonna go get you some 11.
What?
Nah, I was talking to the cat. He's on his prowl.
Oh.
Come on, Bubba.
You won't believe who decorated this place and how much they want to sell it for. Then,
None of the stores I went to had zigzags.
Oh.
I got these.
roll call, John Travolta's daughter lands her
You're
first
welcome.
starring role. Our E.T. Bolt.
My pleasure, Beth.
Oh.
Well, I might not go back to the store for a week. I had my groceries delivered.
I know.
What's up, buddy? Who's this woman? This is my mother. This is my mother. And she loved you. Yeah. What do you want? You want more treat? You want more treat, Bubba?
To help you graduate fast. Welcome to the future of education. Strayer University.
You don't need to be a history buff to know the pirates got one thing right. Treasure.
Hey, Mama, you want me to fix your plates, please?
Oh, I can get out of this time.
Black label bacon. Make it.
Monday on ET. It's the fresh red carpet.
Ride the snow.
Oh, I do have to.
Here you go, brother.
Our exclusive with Grammy host Trevor Noah. It gives me an excuse.
Here you
to
go.
leave the house.
It's the 50th anniversary.
These are for you to give to the cat
one
one at a time. Oh, okay. Stretch them out, because he don't need to eat too many of them. But this will let him know that you are not his enemy. You know, you are his friend.
Oh, he must be heavy.
Oh, well, good. Because he's a good little man. He's my friend. Thank you, buddy. You're my friend. Yeah. You're my friend. You're my partner. That's his name.
First I said, your daddy will be back to the store. He went to the store. And then, wait a minute. Bubba, your partner is coming right back. And then he goes all the way back there, and he comes over here, and he's snipping at the chair, and then he comes through here to there.
He's a carpenter now. He's not used to anybody being here but me and him.
How's that?
If you think Jimmy Fallon's comedy is wild, check out his 5,000 square foot
Ride the snake.
for sale. It's actually
Ride the snake.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I need it.
Ride the snake.
Get out of the recliner.
Price tag? $15. All right, from Jimmy's selling point to 911 plans hitting the break.
Oh.
That's the name of the winter finale episode airs on Monday, and Oliver Stark answered our call for a look behind the scenes from the hit box series.
Oh, now I gotta go back and get the other.
What's your name?
I'll get it. Yeah, right.
Ride the snake.
Ride the snake. Bubba, here. Oh. Stop. Well, stop.
What you gonna drink? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I drink a lot of water.
I do too. But I drink a lot of whiskey too.
When I would drink liquor, I would take.
Well, them sons of bitches.
What?
They didn't give me all my stuff. God damn it.
Well, here you have two things.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the point. I didn't really need it, but yeah, there's supposed to be 2 coleslaws, 2 side orders, and they didn't give them to me. Them cops. Oh. That makes me so mad, and I tipped that bitch $5. I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call him and tell him, you sons of bitches. You didn't put all my goddamn nickels. That's what they was. A whole pack of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Goddamn bastards. They can't do a fucking job because they can't fucking read.
No, and 9 times out of 10, they can't speak English.
Yeah, I got that shit right. They just up there drawing their goddamn paycheck. They don't give a shit about service. I'll talk to the manager up there. I don't let something like that go uncalled, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder what.
Huh?
I wonder what they're gonna do about my washer.
Your what?
When we had the pipes first in the laundry room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Gary! I just bought that in December.
Yeah. And it's ruined now?
Yes, they ruined the whole top of it. And then it has a glass door because it's a front loader. Well, guess what?
What?
They have that deep scratches, 4 of them, in my glass door.
Well, let's go over and take some pictures of it.
Oh, they came and looked at
Goddamn
it.
office,
They came and looked at it.
and they didn't say nothing.
He said he didn't know what she would do about it.
Well, by God, they need to fix it.
I know. Just Heavenly Father, thank you for this food. Thank you for this day. Thank you for all of your blessings, Heavenly Father. In Jesus' name, I also ask and say that God is great. God is good. Let us thank Him for our food. By His hands we are fed. I thank you for this daily bread. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I always blow him a kiss.
Me too. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for dinner.
I just made the best trip I've had in Turl. I was so happy. I was going in, I even tipped the lady at the liquor store $5, man. I was so happy. Just to have you here.
Well, thank you.
I'm serious, darling. You don't know how much you have brightened my life. My God, I've been so alone. So alone.
I know.
When everybody you love turns against you, it's hard to take.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard.
It's very hard.
And people just do not understand. You know, how deep into despair it can put you.
Does.
And there ain't a goddamn thing you can do about it, you know.
I'm going to
because
ask you
love
something.
it. Okay.
Would you please do me a favor?
Yes, I will.
Please don't take the Lord's name in vain.
I can't help it.
Okay.
It's just a word. He does not care. And sometimes I say it. And I mean it when I say it. If I say, God damn it, I mean, I'm talking to my Father. I mean, God damn this. I don't use it in vain.
Okay.
I use it in prayer.
Yes, sir.
And in speaking to my Lord and Savior. They didn't put my cocktail sauce in here. Them sons of bitches. Oh, they did?
I don't. Where is it?
Is that cocktail sauce?
Oh, yes.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you said you were looking for the cold
Well, I
sauce.
thought they was putting it in a cup. Yeah, well. Did
What
you
do you
get
have in
coleslaw?
here? What's in here?
Hush puppies. They didn't give you no. God damn their ass. I'm going back up there. I'm going up there and kick the fucking doors down on that place.
No, don't do that.
I'm going to make them bring it to us. I'm going to tell them get their ass in their delivery ride and bring me what they left out of my order. Or I will see the manager tomorrow. By God, I won't put up with that kind of shit. What's the number up there?
I don't know.
I'll find it. They got me so mad I can't eat now.
Oh.
You know, you get aggravated. Well, I can eat, but you know what I mean.
I know what you're saying.
I hate dawdling service. I hate people with a shitty attitude when they're on the job.
Exactly.
God damn, they're there to do a fucking job. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use vile language. I'm working on that. But I've been a truck driver and a bartender and an air conditioning man.
It ain't your first rodeo.
It ain't my first rodeo, baby, and sometimes I will mess up and say fuck, or I will call you an ugly name that I do not mean, but I cannot help myself. You know, I mean, it just
I know
slips out.
it's like it's natural.
Please don't be offended.
I'm not.
Is this the one in Turl?
Mm-hmm. They're on Moore.
Yeah.
I heard it's like kind of sort of across the street from Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tell them I'm pissed off and I want my stuff. Yes, ma'am. This is Mr. Hedden. I was just in there and bought a takeout order. I'm the long-haired dude with a bandana. Well, I got home with my order, and I have no coleslaw. I have, let's see, yeah, they left out my coleslaw, and that's it. I need 2 containers of coleslaw.
Yes, sir.
And can you bring them to me?
We don't deliver.
Well, that's all right. I'll talk to the manager tomorrow. I'll get this straightened out. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I'll guarantee you won't be working there tomorrow, though.
Okay.
I just put them on notice. Because I will go up there and raise fucking hell with that manager. I'll pull him out in the parking lot and whoop his ass for hiring them stupid bastards to run his business.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I went in there and treated them people like white folks.
Exactly.
And that's the way they do me. I said, can you bring them to me? We don't deliver.
The DoorDash delivers.
They don't do a goddamn thing. They don't have to. And it's going to cost them their jobs. If I can get them fired, I'm going to do my best to do so. That's just kind of nigga I am. And see, I use that word, but I don't mean.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
It's just a saying.
Well, like we always used to say, what are you going to do? Make it wicked?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Exactly.
God, you say that today.
Oh, man, you're a racist. You know what my father told me I had to do to get out of Dallas County Jail? I had to tell everybody, I had to sing them this song that he put in a movie so that I would know the word. He put it in that movie, Mississippi Burning. Did you ever see that? Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe.
Uh-huh.
And they're driving down the road, and Gene Hackman is explaining Southern life of a sheriff in the South. And he said, you know how the people around here feel, don't you? You know what their theme song is, don't you? William Dafoe, he's this FBI agent. No, what is it? He said, never, never, never I say, because the Ku Klux Klan is here to stay. That's what my father told me I had to say to get out of that jail and go home. So,
you did it.
When they brought me out of solitary or the psych ward, wherever I was at, they took me to Parkland. They gave me an injection of purple medicine that glowed like neon. And it healed all my bruises. In 30 minutes, they were gone.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And they handcuffed my ankle to a bed. And my body started shrinking because I swelled up. My ankles and stuff was like this. And they shackled me to that bed, and I started shrinking. Those shackles slipped off my ankle 3 times. 3 times. They gave up. They quit shackling me. They just said, whoa. And so I got up out of the bed, and I walked to the shower, and all the way to the shower I was thinking, never, never, never I stay, because the Ku Klux Klan is here to stay. And all the black guys was over in one area, and all the Mexican guys was over here, and the white guys was over here. Not a goddamn one of them came toward me. They were scared shitless of me. I swear. I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
I believe you. Did you ever hear of the Molly McGuires?
Yes, ma'am.
My dad was in Molly McGuire.
No shit?
Yep.
Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
I'm so glad you're here because you're going to help me correct my foul language. I say it all the time, but I get so angry, I can't stop myself. It just comes out when I don't want it to.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in a lot of trouble for it. I got beat up twice in jail by the guards because I called them niggers. But they was hurting me.
Yeah.
You know, they was beating on me and shit. And I said, you fucking niggers better leave me alone. Or quit whooping on me because I'm tired of it. And hell, they just whooped me again, you know. Because I called them niggers. But that's what they was acting like. Goddamn niggers.
Aren't you eating?
I can't. I'm too excited. I'm mad. I don't want to be. I've got to sit down, calm myself down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a bong hit and drink a whiskey, and then I'll eat.
Okay.
I can't help that. That's just kind of fella I am, darling.
Okay.
I'm like nobody you've ever met before. I am one of a kind.
I bet you are.
I am. See my emblem here? The Confederate flag. Boy, that pisses them off. I got one in the drawer. I hadn't hung it up in there.
I had one in storage.
Yeah. I'm proud of that flag.
Hey.
I had some relatives die for that flag.
I hung that flag up when my daughter and I lived together yet.
I'll show you some pictures of my house.
And I had the American flag and the Confederate flag.
See my American flag and my Texas flag?
Uh-huh.
Well, I have a Confederate flag also. And I will hang it up. I mean, since you're here, I'll hang it up in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not afraid of it.
I know you're not. That's why I'm going to hang it up.
Okay.
Because I'm so proud of it. And you understand why. You won't give me a hard time about it.
You know I won't.
You're my mama. You love me, and you don't care if I'm a racist. And you don't care if I'm a bigot. And you don't care if I'm a mean motherfucker. Because I am. I swear.
I bet you could be.
I am. Look.
I believe you.
This is the way I walk around. This is in my pocket 24 hours a day. I can't get a permit to carry it because I have a Class A misdemeanor that I got after my time in jail. But I took the test. I see the target hanging over there. I shot the hell out of it. I passed all the tests, all the exams, paid for the course, everything. But I'm disqualified because of that Class A misdemeanor. I got to wait 2 more years before I can get a license to carry a weapon. So I'm at the mercy of my enemies until then. That's why I work out. That's why I try to stay in shape. That's why I'm trying to curb my foul language so I do not offend some self-righteous prick. But I really do not care. I just snatch them up and slap the shit out of them and pull their fucking tongue out.
Hey, I used to have an attitude kind of sort of like that.
Absolutely. I knew you did, Mama. You can't work around them liberated women. And that's what they are. Strippers are liberated women.
Mm-hmm.
They make their own way and they do it their way.
Exactly.
And I love them for it.
And I love them and they love me.
Absolutely. I agree. And anybody that don't like it can kiss our big black asses, right?
Right.
Thank you.
When I had the first heart attack, now I had been sick from September till April. And I kept going to the doctors. It got to the point I was going to the doctor twice a week. And she had me on 80 milligrams of prednisone. That's a lot of prednisone to take in a day.
Yes, it is.
Well, never before did I have a blood pressure problem. Nothing like that. And I called off. I couldn't go to work on Easter Sunday. So I had to call in a relief, and she was so nasty. I told her, I said, I'll see you next week. Because I was going to fire her.
Yeah.
I had, the authority to do that. And if they call me about a dancer, and I'd run a background check, if I didn't want that dancer dancing it, I'd deny her application. Because there were some really bad ones. I mean, their arms are all shot up, and their skanky teeth.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the girls?
These are girls that came for jobs.
Yeah.
And no. I told the one girl, you can't work for me. Anyway, there was one girl, I said this to this one girl, and she said, you're not the owner. I said, no, I'm not. I said, the owner is my boss. And when I ask my boss for something, he tells me, they're your girls, it's your club, you're running practically everything. You do the concerts for me. Carolee says goats. And it did.
I'll be there.
If I pull an audition on the girls when they come in, if I didn't like them, they didn't work for us.
I heard that.
And yeah, maybe I was prejudiced.
Hell yeah.
But we had a fantastic clientele.
And you don't need some stupid bitch messing it up for you.
Exactly. I had one girl that came in, and she was so darn skinny, she could hardly walk, and she had boobs on her that looked like freaking balloons.
Damn. I think I know her. I think I might have married her one time. Little bitty short girl?
Yeah.
With huge knockers?
I mean, these were fake.
Well, hers wasn't. Not my wife.
These were absolutely positively fake.
She had them built.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, she came in there and she was dressed in stripper clothes, which is a no-no.
Right off the bat, huh?
Mhm.
Cause
You don't work here, you don't come in this club like that.
yeah.
You don't come in unescorted by a gentleman.
Right. This ain't no hangout. This is a gentleman's club.
That's right.
Even though it is a strip joint.
That's right.
It's a high-class strip joint.
Yes, it was.
And these ladies are exactly that. They're ladies making their own way.
That's right.
Earning their own living and asking no man to support them. In fact, they're probably supporting their boyfriends.
They were with their pimps.
Yeah, they're pimps or their boyfriends. And people look down on strippers. I love strippers.
Well, I do too.
Yeah.
Because they were my girls.
Mine too.
When I had the first heart attack, like I said, I didn't know what was wrong. I was more dead than alive.
Yeah.
I only had a pulse rate of 42.
God.
I mean, they grabbed a hold of me and they ran, and there was one on one side of me with the scissors cutting my clothes, and another one on the other side of me cutting my clothes.
Damn, girl.
And they got me in that glass trauma room, and I mean, they started, and then they went to draw blood, and they said it just squirted out.
Looked like in The Exorcist when they stuck that thing in that little girl's neck.
Hey,
that blood shot out.
I got a port.
Yeah.
Because they can't go in a vein.
Yeah. Bless your heart.
Anyway.
You like Starburst? You like sweets?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got us some candy just in case. I didn't know what you like. So I got us a variety there. And if you don't care for them, well, someday I'll eat them, or I'll give them to the kids, or I keep them in case my grandkids ever come by.
Mm-hmm.
Which I doubt that'll happen, because they're scared of me.
Oh, my.
I don't know why. I'm just the craziest motherfucker you'll ever meet. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm sober and straight and talk this way. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. It's been hard being here by myself, Mom.
Yeah, I know.
And I've been waiting since Christmas because Gloria told me that my mother told her for me to be patient because she's coming for me. And I thought I was gonna die and she was gonna meet me when I crossed over. But now I know that you were sent to me.
Thank you.
God sent you to me. And I thank him for it. And I thank you for being here. And anything your heart desires, if it's in my power, you shall have. You are my sunshine. Okay?
Okay.
Just,
Hey, you soon go sit down and eat?
well, I can't eat right now. I got to get all this off my tip. Can I have a shrimp?
Sure.
I hadn't had a shrimp in 5 years.
Oh my God.
I hadn't. I don't splurge. I don't go out. I hadn't been in a restaurant in 4 years. I don't socialize. I'm a pariah.
I
am an island.
A loner, I guess.
The shrimp tails, if you don't eat them, I'm going to put them in the cat food.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have them here in...
That's why he loves me, because I give him treats. Just, you don't have to worry about it. Just,
Oh, I will.
Don't throw them in the trash.
I won't.
Ride the snake. Ride the snake. Oh, yeah. I think I better cut all this crap off for now. Nah. I think I'll let it run. I don't care. Everybody can just join us for supper. What do you think? And we'll just show them what a family meal is supposed to be like. People done forgot about it. They eat in front of the TV, and I used to do it all the time when I was home with my children. I couldn't eat without the TV playing. Because,
we ate in the dining room every day.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, we did when I was at my mom and daddy's house. My mother was the best cook. Ooh. And my daddy made the best biscuits and gravy you ever tasted. And I've been trying real hard to duplicate his gravy recipe. And so far, I have been unsuccessful in my attempts. I have attempted many times, and it's always ended in failure. So I more or less gave up because I was getting too fat to eat them anyway, Yeah. But I slacked up and quit trying, But I'm gonna keep at it till I get it right because I miss him and I miss her and I miss their cooking and I miss their companionship and I miss the last 6 years of my daddy's life. We were separated because I was ugly to him. He called me on a Saturday morning and I'd been up drinking Friday night out partying, And I always wake up early in the mornings. But this morning, I kind of slept a little late, and he called me about 5 o'clock in the morning. What you doing? I said, what the fuck, Dad? Why are you calling me at 5 o'clock on a Saturday morning? It's my day off. I was going to sleep a little late. He said, well, excuse me. I thought you'd get up early. And I said, well, I do, Dad, but, I was out last night and I didn't go to bed till 4 o'clock and here it is 5 o'clock and you done called and woke me up. I'm a little bit miffed. He said, well, I'll tell you what, Bubba, you don't have to worry about me calling you no more because I'm going to scratch your name right out of my phone book. And he did. And we didn't speak for 6 years until the day he died. And that's when I went over and he was in his bed and his kidneys had shut down, his liver was shutting down. And he was cold to the touch. And I told him, I said, Daddy, I'm home. I want to stay here with you till I can get situated because I just quit my job And I was going to move back over to my mom and daddy's house because I could always do that.
Mm-hmm.
I could take my kids and my wife and just move right in with them, and they treat us like gold. I said, I'm going to move back home, Dad. He said, son, I'm proud to have you. After 6 years of no contact, you know, other than I'd ask about him, and I don't know if he ever asked about me, but I denied my father. And he used to love to see me coming because when I'd go over there, he always, hey, boy, I'm glad to see you. Come crack my neck. Because I'd take and pop his neck for him, and nobody else would do it. And he just loved it when I came over there, and then I treated him ugly, and I was separated from him for the last 6 years of my life, and that's my greatest regret in life is the way I treated my father before he died. So when he was on his deathbed, and I knew he was dying, and he said, son, take care of your mama and your brother because I can't no more. I said, Daddy, don't you worry. She'll never see a minute in the old folks' home. And neither will Waylon. He said, I knew I could count on you, son. And it made up for the 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it did. It
did.
It healed my pain where my father was concerned because I devoted myself to my mother and my brother. I didn't quit drinking and raising hell, but I was there for them. You know?
And your daddy knew.
Yeah.
That you would do that.
That's why I got to go to heaven and come back. Because of what I did for my mother and my brother. I paid for my sins.
Yes, you did.
But they didn't ask me to. My mother told me a lot of times I'd get frustrated and I'd get angry, you know, and I'd cuss and throw things and bitch at her because I was mad at the world. I wasn't mad at her, but, you know, she'd say, son, calm down. I'd say, well, the hell, I can't calm down, Mama. Kind of like I'm doing you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd be too excited, you know. And, but
it's okay.
I don't want to talk about that.
It's okay.
Okay. I know you know. That's why I'm glad you're here. Because I'm going to treat you just like I treated my mother. Except I'm not going to be so goddamn mean. I've settled down in my old age. I can be nice now. I know I can. Because I've turned loose of all the hate for the world I had that I used to pile on to my mother. Through no fault of her own. I treated her like that when I'd get angry. And it was nothing she had done or nothing she had said or I mean, she cared for me and done everything in the world. She did my laundry and cooked for me and did everything she could do to try and make my life peaceful. And I just took it for granted. I said, if I'm going to live here, I'm going to run the show. And I acted like I was the ruler of the house. And for that, I am so sorry. And I pray for forgiveness for that every day.
My mother hated me. And I'll tell you why. Because I was a kid. When I was a kid, my mom used to have boyfriends that my daddy didn't know about.
Oh, no.
And she used to take me along. And I'd have a color book and crayons and doll babies and stuff, you know, books.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, up there, it's 90% volunteer fire departments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And they always have a bar. And you can go in there, you can join the fire company. I did.
Volunteer fire department and has their own bar and stuff. Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah. Them boys know how to live. Go out and fight a fire, come back and drink a beer, and
Yeah.
be proud of yourself.
Exactly.
Goddamn right. Hey, Bubba, I got some fish. Come here. Kitty. Come here. You might as well have some of this. You've been a good boy, hadn't you? Oh, he's gonna love this. There you go, son. Hey, you don't like Long John Silver's either, do you? No wonder them bastards are going out of business. They hire them dipshits to work there.
Yeah.
That don't know,
And if anything,
don't have a
frustrates
clue
me-
what customer service is about.
No, they don't. But what I was telling you, when I had my first heart attack, like I said, I didn't know I had any heart problems.
Yeah.
And what I said about, I drove to work that morning and I couldn't get out of the car. Well, I'm sitting there and some of my bodyguards come out, get out of the club. I mean, it wasn't open yet, but they'd come out and get fresh air. Anyway, they came over, Mama. Oh my God, Mama, what's wrong? I'm calling 911. Mama needs 911 now. And I'm there, no. Call Heidi. That's all I could say.
Call Heidi?
Call Heidi.
Don't you like that fish, Bubba?
Maybe a French fry.
No, he don't eat French fries that I know of. He just don't know what that is.
Never had it.
That don't say much for Long John Silver, does it? When your cat won't eat their cooking. What are we doing eating this crap? Oh, it's Lent. It's a religious holiday, so we are practicing our faith. You're practicing your faith, and I'm joining you in it.
And it makes me sick just thinking that I started eating that
cheeseburger.
I don't do that.
Well, I'm going to call her boss, too, and tell them that you no longer need their services.
The doctor's taking care of that.
Well, I'll tell him then how she treated you. I'll rat these people out. I do not stand for dawdling service. I'll whoop a bartender's ass in a heartbeat. One of my past lives, I was, you know who Gus McCrae is? He's a Texas Ranger. Did you ever see Lonesome Dove?
Yes.
Well, I was the character that was portrayed by Gus McCrae in a former life. And that's what God showed me. I have a Facebook page, and the name on it is Gus McCrae. Hollywood. Gus McCrae. Yes, sir. So that's what God told me to do. So if I ever go to court and they want to know why I used that alias, well, I used to have a stuntman's license because the people I was working for made a commercial for Volvo or some car company, and I drove a big old fancy car hauler, and they were making a commercial, and the owner of our company, they were going to let their stunt people drive, and he said, no, sir, nobody drives my trucks but the drivers. And they said, well, it's against the union rules. They'll have to be in the stuntman's union to drive them trucks. He said, sign them up. So we all got stuntman license. Well, I still drive like a wild man. When I had my Harley, I drove 100 miles an hour. I blew the doors off everything on the highway. I was on that brand new Harley Davidson 3-wheeler. 3 wheels, tri-glide. And I'd roar down the highway at 100 miles an hour for about 3 or 4 miles. Now that'd pull over and rest my back. Cause the ass whooping I took.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've had a rough 4 years, but it's all getting better.
Before this night's over, he'll eat it.
No, he just ain't hungry. He's full. He's been eating them snacks and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll save it for him. I'll put it over here. We're gonna have a bunch of leftovers because I can't eat hardly nothing. But that's all right. I'll put it in a plastic container and stick it in the refrigerator, and a week from now it'll still be good. I never throw away food, because I take care of it. Ride the snake. I'll throw that away since you don't like it, Bubba. Ride the snake. You don't want your shrimp? Look here. You just don't like fish. I can't believe that. I don't think you're a cat, really. I think you're some kind of spook. Because cats like fish and shrimp. I thought. Not you, though. Hell no, you little picky bastard. What, you want bologna? I'll give you a piece of bologna. Mama got me stirred up, son. I'm so happy to see her that I can't even think straight. There you go. Have a good time. That's what he wanted. I got him spoiled. I give him bologna and lunch meat, for a treat. And he likes that.
Oh, yeah.
That there's the smoked ham, that Oscar Mayer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He likes that stuff. Oh, god damn, my back hurts. Son of a bitch.
Do you need that newspaper?
No, sugar, I don't have time to read them.
Okay, could I have it?
Yeah, I got a whole stack of them. You want them?
No, just that one because that's the one you got yesterday, right?
Yeah, this is the advertiser.
Yeah.
Now, I have the regular Terrell paper. I get it every week.
Oh.
I'm trying to learn about this place I live.
Because in this, I don't need those. I have those.
Yeah.
I don't have this anymore. Here, it tells you on this front page, register for COVID-19 shots.
Mm-hmm. I registered you. I've got the website.
Oh, I have to call.
No, we'll sign you up. I can do that. Not a problem. It took me 2 minutes to do it last night. I signed myself up. So I'll put you on there, and then they'll call us when they got it.
Okay. Because my caregiver threw it away yesterday.
That bitch. I'm going to kick her in the ass if I see her again. Tell her don't come back over here.
Well, she's not coming Monday.
Tell her she don't need to come back.
I told her that I had to go to the doctor's earlier. I had my actual appointment for 2:30 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, I didn't want her to go with me. And she goes with me.
Yeah.
And the doctor won't even allow her down the stairs because he's in the hospital in Kaufman.
But he'll let her come to your house and abuse you.
Well,
see, that's what burns me
Well,
up.
he knows now.
And he knows she's a bitch, and he won't let her in his office, but he'll let her come and tend to you. See, I'm going to have to talk to him about that. That ain't the way my mama's supposed to be treated.
Nope. I just, I said to him yesterday, I thought I'd have it because I'm going to be 78 years old. This is now March.
What the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry.
And in 2 months, I'll be 78 years old.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that I have bronchitis because I don't like to wear socks on my feet.
She told you that?
Yes.
That's crazy fucking bitch.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to take my socks off.
Take them off, sugar.
I hate socks.
Take them off.
Because I always get these circles around my ankles from them. And
Me too. They cut off circulation
Yeah.
in my feet.
And then she told me, "Where's your makeup?" I said, "I don't want to wear makeup." Well,
My
you're going
God.
out and you're not going to wear makeup. I said, "No, I'm not trying to impress anyone." And I meant what I said. And
I'm sorry, darling.
anyway, I got the name of Carolyn of her nursing service.
Yeah.
See, I'm supposed to get my blood pressure done 3 times a week. I'm supposed to be on oxygen. I'm not supposed to be walking in a walker.
Yeah.
But I can't stand the wheelchair anymore. I can't. I've had 2 years of it,
Yeah.
and that's not me.
Yeah, and there's no way to have to live.
No.
Well, you want my mobile wheelchair there?
No.
You're welcome to ride it. I won't give it to you because I know you don't want to take it, but while you're over here, if you want to sit in it and ride it around, that's totally fine. It belongs to my brother.
I know you told me.
Yeah. And, you know, I brought it over here just in case I might need it. And I used to ride it to get my mail when I was sick, but I don't need it anymore. You know, I very
But
seldom
it has
use
that telephone number on, and I'm going to give that to him.
Yeah.
Because I'm not signing him up. I don't know.
I don't blame you.
I don't know the information that I would need to know.
Yeah. And if he can't clean up after his ass, he don't need his vaccine.
Well, he was in the hospital in Dallas before we moved here, and they said he had COVID. And when he was released from the hospital,
You was hungry, wasn't you, sugar?
Yeah, I was.
All right. I'm glad I got you.
When he was released from the hospital, his doctor was one of my doctors, and he told him, he said, "Well, you have COVID and you tested positive, but I'm not concerned about releasing you." But he called over because
and sent him back to you
and sent him back to the independent living apartments that we lived in. Now, my apartment, I have to pay $740 a month for my apartment. Do you know how big my apartment was?
No, ma'am.
Well, you had a space, put the hospital bed right there, come down here, and you had a space about that far. You had to walk sideways between the bed and my dresser.
Oh, no.
Yes. I had to share the bathroom, the shower room. And I hated it because every time I went in there, it was all full of nigger hair.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, I did not like doing that. And I mean, I had one window. I had my dresser, my TV. They gave me a refrigerator that wide and about that high. And then there was a small microwave sitting on the top of it. That was my apartment. There was no way you couldn't put a table in there. You didn't have room because it was this narrow.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there's your.
Hey, Bubba. Oh, yeah, thank you. If I didn't have this lung problem, I'd be so happy.
Anyway.
There, I'm
I had to pay $740. He had to pay $940.
Wow.
And because his room was a little bit bigger. And that's all they are is a room.
Yeah.
And then all you have is your bathroom sink and your toilet. You have no shower, no bathtub, no, I am not.
Was it government?
Yeah, it's government.
Oh, man.
I told the manager right out. I said, this is fraud. I said, this is not.
And you know what they get paid for that
I said
place?
a motel room. Oh, I know, $4,600 a month.
I was in Green Oaks for 3 weeks, and my Medicare had been canceled because this social worker had come to my house to see my brother before he died, and she signed him up for home health care. And I signed a piece of paper that canceled my insurance with United Healthcare, and signed me up with Humana. And they screwed me, and I got a $44,000 bill for 3 weeks at Green Oaks.
Yeah.
My share was $44,000 for a plastic mattress on a fucking cot and a cup of Jell-O for a snack at night.
Well, we didn't even get that.
$44,000.
We didn't even get that.
You know what I told him? Pound sand, buddy, because you'll never get a dime out of me.
What we got was a banana and a small container of yogurt.
Yeah.
That was about that round and about that deep. That was it. That was breakfast.
You're kidding.
No, I am not.
Well, I got a bowl of cereal for breakfast and
Nope.
some runny scrambled eggs and a cold toast and a little thing of jelly.
Nope. I didn't eat that.
No coffee.
Nope. I had to buy my own coffee pot, buy my own coffee. I went to Kroger's and I bought my own stuff to eat.
Yeah.
Because it would have cost me $5 for lunch and $5 for dinner.
At the home?
Yeah. It's independent living. I lived in independent living.
Mhm.
Then they have assisted living. And then they have the COVID floor. And then they have the long term. And then they have physical therapy.
And the government pays them so much money that
Oh my God.
they could pave all the highways for what they're paying them sons of bitches for the nothing they do. And they treat you like a stepchild.
They treat you like a piece of shit.
That's right.
And so do these office girls.
And Joe Biden wants to give that kind of cheer to everybody.
No, I want to get some of Tom Selleck's Heal It CBD oil.
Tom Selleck, what?
Tom Selleck has a new type of CBD oil out.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Heal It.
Yeah.
And I don't have a computer to go on it because the only thing you pay is $6 shipping.
Well, I've got a computer. We'll get some.
I mean, I know my credit card numbers by heart.
Well, let's get you some.
Okay.
We'll order that tonight.
Well, I soon got to go home. I got to get a bath and I got to get myself ready for bed.
Well,
because I fell asleep about 2:30 this morning and I was back awake at 6:30.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Well, I about had all the fun I can stand with you anyway, old woman.
Well, that's right.
I mean, I love you, but goddamn, you know.
Too much is too much.
Yeah. I bet I can sleep tonight.
Well, I hope you can.
I bet I hadn't slept in.
You know, I always put you in my prayers at night.
I know.
And in the day,
I
in
know.
the morning.
I know, and I put you in mine. Believe it or not, I do.
And
I pray for all my neighbors.
I do too. And I say the names.
Well, I pray for Stella and Consuelo, and I pray for Caroline.
I don't know this lady next door.
Stella. She's real sweet. She's scared of me, though. You know, because I played my music too loud. And one day the office called over here, and no, they sent the maintenance man over here to tell me if I kept disturbing the neighborhood at night with my music and my praying and yada, 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 I was going to have to move out. Well, it made me mad because I knew it had to be Stella and the lady behind me, Consuela, who called in on me because, you know, I was shaking their walls, but I didn't know.
No.
I mean, I just
It
moved
would
out
have
of
been
the
nice
house.
if they would have came and rang your doorbell.
That's what I
and
said.
told you.
All they had to do was knock on my door and say, "Can you turn down your music?" But no, they're going to get me thrown out.
That's
Well,
all, but they didn't.
I was out on my porch having a smoke, and I was real sick, and I didn't feel like being out there, and I was mad at the office. I told them to go get fucked. And the lady up there, she's a big Christian, you know, she said, "How dare you speak to me like that?" And I said, "Well, I'm sorry about that, ma'am, but you made me mad and it slipped out. But I do apologize. But I will be hunting me another place to live." And I went out on my porch to have a smoke, and Stella come walking by. And she said, "Hey." And I just looked at her like, "You bitch." I mean, she's a sweet old lady, but I had that hatred in my heart.
Yeah, well, sure you did.
She's about
You were
to get me
upset with
kicked
her.
out. Yeah. And they told them I was smoking in here. Well, I was. And when it was cold and stuff, instead of going out on the porch, I'd sit by my back door and blow my
smoke out.
Yeah. Well, they would stand out there and wait for me to do it. And then the whole neighborhood would run up there at the office and tell them, "He's smoking in there. He's playing his music too loud. He's crazy." I was about to be run out of here. And Stella come walking by, and I was sitting there, and I had this chair out there. But I was sitting on the ground because I like to sit on the floor and cross my legs, Indian style. And when she walked by, she said, "What's going?" or "How you doing?" or something like that. And I said, "Well, I'm looking for a new fucking place to live. I hope you're happy." And I kicked that chair, and it rolled across the porch and slammed into the door. And boy, she took off. So right there, I'm a wild man, you know. And everybody's been scared to death of me. That's why I was going and buying donuts and carrying them around to all these old ladies and stuff, trying to make up for any pain I'd caused them, you know, by my ignorance. I'd moved out of my house, and I've got that Bose system on my TV. And when I get to listening to gospel music or, you know, Willie
Country.
Nelson or country, you know, I get it too loud. And then if I get to praying, sometimes me and God argue big time. I cuss him and he cusses me right back. But that's just the way we've been all my life. My daddy used to whoop my ass every day. Every day. I mean, but I had it coming. I did. I never got a whooping I didn't deserve from my daddy. But he whipped me sometimes 2 or 3 times a day until I was grown. You know, until I joined the army and left. Because I was hard-headed and I loved girls. He let me start smoking when I was 10 years old. Because my cousin taught me how to sniff gasoline and get high. And he caught me with my face. I had taken the gas cap off the Ford, and I was down there on it, sniffing that gasoline, and I was so high I was unaware. I was on the verge of death. And my daddy got me off that thing. He took his belt off, and he hit me across the back and left a stripe across my back as wide as his belt and all the way across my back. But he stopped me from doing that. And next, then him and my mama loaded me up in the car and took me for a ride. And I said, "Daddy, where are we going?" He said, "I'm taking you down here to the reform school." Said, "You want to act like that and kill yourself like that, and you're only 9 years old, 10 years old? No, sir. I will not permit it. I will put you in the reform school, and you'll be there until you're an adult." I said, damn, Daddy, don't do that. I'm just a kid. He said, and I'm tired of you sneaking cigarettes out behind the barn to smoke. He said, if you want to smoke, just don't steal my cigarettes. Just tell me when you want one and I'll let you smoke it. He let me start smoking at 9 years old. And I've been smoking ever since.
I started when I was 13.
Yeah.
And my mother smoked cool cigarettes.
Mine smoked pale male.
My daddy smoked Camels.
So did mine. And my uncles.
Well, I'd snitch Daddy's cigarettes.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'd snitch Mama's cigarettes.
I did too.
And Mama went to Daddy and she said, what are we going to do? Carly is stealing my cigarettes. And he looked at her. He said, monkey see, monkey do.
There you go.
And he told me, I know you smoke. I know it. I smell it on you. I don't care. And this guy I don't care if you sit in the dining room at your desk and your typewriter and your record player and you smoke. But don't ever let me walk through the dining room and see a cigarette in your mouth. I don't care if it's laying in the ashtray or even if you're holding it.
Yeah.
As long as I don't see it in your face. And he never did.
My daddy let me start smoking because he knew it was useless to try to make me stop.
And my mama, like I said before, you're not recording this, are you? Oh, God.
I've been recording ever since you got here, Mama. That's fine. I want it for my memoirs when I write my book.
Oh, okay.
I'm interviewing you.
Don't put it on the internet, please.
I already have, and I'm so sorry, but it's part of my story. So
this also?
Yeah, everything. I put everything on the internet, Mama. That's what I do. I have to chronicle my struggles. Don't worry.
Well, I'm not going to say anything.
Nobody knows you but me, darling.
Yeah, well, you're going to put it on the internet and who's not going to see it?
They wouldn't recognize you if they did.
Yeah, but you said my name.
I can erase that out. I'll edit it out if you want me to.
Yeah, my name.
I'd rather them know who you are and know that I love you with all my heart and you are a special person on this earth. And you deserve respect. And you deserve to be the queen of the fucking universe as far as I'm concerned because you're my mother.
Can I have a hit off that?
Hell yes. You have anything you want, my.
And then I gotta go. I gotta go and get it. I gotta lay in the hot tub.
Yes, ma'am.
I could sit so long in one position and then I have to get up.
Yeah.
I go from sitting, I have a sofa and a love seat. Jerry sits and it's two recliners together. Okay? My sofa is a recliner at this end and a recliner at this end.
With a non-recliner in the middle?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that is where I sit. And I got up one morning. One day I was sick and I couldn't get out of bed. And my caregiver came and sat with me for about an hour. Well, I'm going to go now. Okay. Anyway, I get up to go out to get a glass of water. And there he's sitting in my recliner on my sofa.
That son of a bitch.
Pissed off.
He was or you was?
I was.
Oh, okay. I was speaking say.
I was extremely.
I imagine.
Because you know what? I have never, ever been in his bedroom since he moved in there.
I bet he's been all over yours though.
Oh, yes.
Son of a bitch. I'm going to have to whoop his ass. If he looks at you crossways, I will knock his fucking head off. Sorry.
I
Mom.
was in bed and the doorbell rang, and it was Bass Rutledge Pharmacy delivering my meds. And he brought them in my room to me, which I just gave him a dirty look.
Yeah.
And he knows my room and my bathroom are off the limits. You don't even look in there.
Yeah.
Because I close my door when I go to bed, which it was the hardest thing for me to do.
Yeah.
Because my husband and I, we had our
Probably
time
didn't
together.
never lock your doors.
No. If we had our time together, we had our time together when the kids were in school.
Oh, yeah. Was you
Because
through with that?
I'm through.
Okay.
Because our youngest one, Heidi, she would come over in our room at night and she'd crawl into bed between her
Yeah.
daddy and I. So there was no,
No sex. Couldn't have no sex with them babies in the bed.
That's right. And
well, I used to when they'd get sound asleep. I'd wake their mama up in the middle of the night, but I'd be gentle about it. We didn't get crazy or nothing, but we made a little love.
We didn't get crazy.
But we always slept. The whole time I was married to my son's mother, when we'd go to bed, we slept naked because we was hippies.
Right.
And nudists. We streaked every national park in Texas. We'd go to the national park, get buck naked and run up and down the trails and just have the best old time. And we made love in them and on all the waterfalls and in the caves and all over national parks. And we'd go in there and make love and then go back out and go home, and just enjoyed our lives. And but when we'd sleep, she would always turn her back to me and I'd put my arm around her and snuggle up against her. And that's the way we'd sleep, She'd have her back to me and I'd have my arm around her, hugging her towards me. And invariably, until till we'd been married for 10 years or more, I'd have to wake her up 3 or 4 times a night because the touch of her skin would get me aroused. And I've even done it to her when she couldn't wake up. She was so tired she couldn't wake up, but I couldn't resist, and I just ease on in there. Yeah. Boy, she'd get up the next day and say, "What did you do to me last night?" And I said, "Sugar, I just showed you how much I love you." "Oh, you bastard." And I'm sure she told her girlfriend that I was attacking her in the middle of the night, Or told anybody
my best
that.
friend, one of my best friends, she knew that Bobby and I had a phone in our bedroom. And she calls me at 12:30 at night.
Wow.
Now, him and I are in bed. The kids, the ones that went to high school, they didn't need to go to bed till 9 o'clock. But the ones that were still going to middle school and elementary, they... Oh, look at that.
Ain't that something? Let me show you. My people hear what I'm talking about. Y'all want to see a happy cat? Let me show you this happy cat. Look right here. You want to see a happy cat? Watch this. Hey, Bubba. What's up? There you go. Yeah, that's a happy cat, boys. Woohoo! And he'll let me do this all as long as I'll scratch him. Oh, look at that. That's a happy cat. Give me that tail. Yeah, that's a happy cat. Yeah, let that boy go. He's my friend. He still got his balls. And I will not deprive him of them. I don't give a goddamn. Some lady on Facebook texted me the other day and said, because I put him on my picture, and she said, I like your cat. That's why I'm your friend on Facebook. Said, have you had him fixed? And I said, hell no. I've got my balls. He's got his, and he's going to keep them. I wouldn't do that to him. I don't care what they say. And she said, well, you know he'll get moon face. And I wrote her back, and I said, I'm going to tell you what. If the Lord wants to give you or a cat a disease, it's God's will that you get it, because it doesn't matter how you live your life. If God wants you to have cancer, he will give it to you.
That's right.
If he wants that cat to have moon face, he'll give it to them. Cats have been here long before we learned how to neuter them.
I know.
You know, and the world would be a much better place if people would just take care of them. And because
Exactly.
cats are a gift from God, just like dogs are.
That's right.
They're meant to be our companions, and they're treated so evilly that they put them commercials on, you know, like Sarah McLachlan, showing you pictures of the abused animals and yada
I
yada.
can't take it.
I can't take it either, but they do that to get you money.
Oh, I know.
Because if they was spending all the money they get on rescuing animals,
there wouldn't
be no abused animals. You know, if they would give us the right to, when you see a dog being starved on a chain in a junkyard or a backyard, you go in there and just kick the shit out of the guy that runs the place and takes their animal. There wouldn't be more of that shit. Them animals would be cared for, or they would not be kept.
That's right.
They would be allowed to roam free. So I'm not cutting that boy's balls off. I would just soon cut off my own. Because he is God's creature just like I am.
Yeah,
and he deserves the same
He's
respect
beautiful.
that I require.
He reminds me of my tiger.
Yes, ma'am. Have you seen on the internet them that tiger that was kept in that roadside zoo, and all its hair fell out, and all of it? I mean, it was so pitiful to look at, and they used it in all the commercials, SPCA, but they couldn't rescue it, and it finally died the other day, and they lost one of their meal tickets. Them motherfuckers, them charity, all them charities are like that, except for the Shriners. Shriners Hospital, I would give money to.
And I would also give money to St. Jude's.
Yeah, well, that is St. Jude's. That's the Shriners, because they care for those crippled children.
Yeah.
But I'm so tired of seeing them poor little crippled babies.
Oh, I am too. I can't stand it.
It's just like the dogs in the cage. I mean, you know. But
my
they
boss-
at least they show them happy, and they show them bright and cheerful, and they don't show them, you know, laying there all beat up
My boss
like they do them animals.
got a contract with Shriners.
Yeah.
And
baby. That's my boy.
He asked me.
That's my friend. He's not, I don't own that cat, but he loves me with all his heart. So we're friends. And if the office ever opens, I will give him a pet deposit. But I wrote him a letter telling him about him over a year ago, and they have yet to say a word. So when they come down here and say, are you keeping a cat in here? I'm going to say, hell no. He just stops by when he wants to. He's my friend. So get off my porch, you bitch. And I'll probably get kicked out of here, but if I do, it'll be the biggest story on Facebook. I'll guarantee you that, because I'm going to hurt people on the way out. I'm going to kick that bitch in the ass all the way back to the office. I'm going to run her down the goddamn parking lot, and I can do it because I'm a monster. I'm sorry, I just have to let these folks know how I feel sometimes, because I've been talking to myself for so long. And it's so nice to have you here so that I can talk and keep my thoughts straight and not feel sorry for myself and whine and talk bullshit, because everything I'm talking to these ignorant bastards about is the truth as I know it. But I'm not holy, and I can't heal the sick, and I can't raise the dead. Nope. I can't bring the, poor abused animals back to sanity. I cannot do it, but I can put them out of their misery. If that cat come in here and it was hurt, had moon face, and was suffering, well, I would end its life. But I'm not cutting its balls off to make the rest of its life. He was born with them balls. That's what life is about. You procreate.
Yes, you do.
That's why God put us
But I
here.
will say, I have something. My husband and I, like I had told you earlier, our children were small.
Yeah.
And they all had to have direct blood transfusions. Well, our last child, which was Heidi, my doctor wanted me to abort.
Abort the baby?
Yes.
Bad.
And I went home and I told my husband, and he says, "Hey, Red, I promise I won't give you a hard time." I said, I can't do that. I said, that's murder.
Yes, it is.
And I mean, you know, so I asked the doctor if I could have my tubes cut. Well, my husband decided he was going along to my appointment, which was a rarity. Anyway, he asked the doctor, well, what are you going to do to her? And he explained it, you know. And he looked at the doctor, my gynecologist, and he said, well, I have a question. Would it be easier for me to do that than for her to have to go through that?
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, she can't carry a child for 9 months. And I couldn't.
Yeah.
Because of my blood. Anyway, so he decided he was going to go. The doctor told him what would happen. He said, "You go to your doctor." And he was going to the same doctor as I was. So that, in fact, is also my mother and my stepfather's doctor. Talk about keeping it in the family.
Yeah.
Anyway, he went to him and he did it, you know. He had the vasectomy done. And never, you know, I never thought of the sacrifice that he made for me.
Yeah.
Until now. And it's too late now.
Yeah. I had a vasectomy when I was 21 years old.
And I mean,
For the same reason.
He was good to me. At times. Until I do something stupid.
Till you would be one of those C words?
No, not that far.
Oh, okay.
Nope, didn't do that.
Well, I know you're a wild child, so.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Especially after my daddy was killed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because
growing up without a father. And,
my mother.
I mean,
my daddy was only buried not even 2 months.
These
So
kids today don't
died.
have a clue how we grew up, do they?
No.
As kids.
They don't.
In the 40s and 50s and 60s.
Exactly.
They don't have a clue.
No, they don't.
Because I was as wild as anybody on this planet when I was in my teens.
Hated my home life.
Oh, I love my home life.
I didn't. It was horrible.
I hated school. Because I got a whipping every day from the principal. Every day I went to school, I had to go to the principal's office because I'd get mad about something and I'd say something to piss the teacher off. Or I'd try to crack a joke and they'd send me to the office. I went to the office every day to get a whipping. And 2 out of 5 days, my brother was sitting there when I got there. And we was both down there to get a whooping. But the first grade, I went to 2 schools. The second grade, I think I went to 4 schools. The 3rd grade, we moved to Mesquite, and I got to go a whole year in one school. And then after that, it was all just a blur because my daddy worked in the oil fields. And when his job played out, we moved.
Yeah.
So I was always a new kid, and I had to fight every day in school. I whooped more ass, and I was a little guy. I learned how to hurt them quick. I'd get the son of a bitch in a headlock and turn it into a chokehold, and I made me a bully give up because I'd get them on the ground. And once I got them on the ground, they was over.
Bubba. Bubba.
There you go.
He wants to go out the front door.
Yeah, I'm gonna prop it open there. We need some air in here anyway.
Yeah.
So that he can come in now, and that way he'll settle down. He'll go pee or whatever he wants to do.
Right.
Go get him some love in there.
I did.
He's a
Because,
man.
well, my one sister was married. My mother had her married at 15.
Mm.
And she had the biggest, fanciest wedding.
Really, at 15?
At 15.
I bet it didn't last a year.
Oh, yeah, it did.
It did.
Yeah.
My daughter and her first husband, they was high school sweethearts, and they wanted a big wedding and stuff, and so I wouldn't give them no money on the deal because they didn't include me in the planning, or I never met him until. Well, I met him, but we didn't get along that well because he's a smart ass. He was a real intelligent kid, but he had an attitude about him that I didn't like, and I didn't think he was right for my daughter because he was a big old boy, but he was lazy. I hired him on a job one time, and he just fucked off the whole time. I wound up firing him, and I tried to tell him, son, I'm going to have to let you go because you're not performing up to snuff, You keep, I was going by and picking him up every day, give him ride to work, and that lazy son of a bitch wouldn't get out of bed until I pulled up and honked. And then I'd have to sit there 15 minutes waiting on him to come out. And by the time he got to the truck, I'd be mad. And I'd tell him every day, if you keep doing this, I'm going to stop coming by here. And one day I did. I said, fuck you. Get to work the best way you can.
Right.
And his mama brought him to work. And I said, well, don't run off, mama, because I need to talk to this guy. And the manager said, you want me to fire him? I said, no, ma'am, I'll fire him. I hired him, I'll fire him. I went out there and I told him, I said, Robert, I'm going to let you go, son. And I know you're my daughter's boyfriend, and I don't want it to cause her problems or come between us, and I'll take you to sign up for your unemployment because if you get fired, you can draw your unemployment.
Yeah.
Well, okay. He never did, though. But from me hiring him, he learned enough that he became a maintenance man in apartments, and that's what he was doing when him and my daughter married. And they had a big wedding. I got pictures, or I had pictures. They got stolen when my house was burglarized, but I still have a few of my son in a tuxedo and my daughter and her husband in her wedding dress and stuff. But it was a big church wedding, and they saved and scrimped, and hell, they spent a ton of money because they paid for their own wedding. I wouldn't give them no money because I didn't have any. I was, I was taking care of my mother and brother.
My mother.
I didn't have money to blow on that bullshit because I knew it wasn't going to last. They didn't make it a year. After all that, they didn't make it a year. He run off with her best friend.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And snuck around on her side and got her best friend pregnant and then quit her. And then my daughter took up with a girl, and they developed a relationship, which shocked me. I didn't care who she loved as long as she had somebody to love. I didn't care what sex they was, or what color, or nothing else. As long as they was in love, that's all I cared about. Right. And they seemed to be. So I was happy. Yep. Hell, I went over to her girlfriend's house because they lived with her girlfriend's daddy. And I was in the air conditioning business, and their furnace quit on their air conditioner. I put them in a new heater, a brand new furnace. I spent all day on my day off over there installing it and stuff, and did it by myself. He tried to help me, but he was stupid, and he was a pudgy guy, and he wanted to talk to me when I was trying to concentrate. And I told him, I said, son, this go a whole lot smoother if you don't help me, because I know what I'm doing, and I just need you to get out of my way and let me do my job, and I can get out of here. And I still wound up spending the whole day there. Then when I got ready to leave, he said, how much you owe you? I said, you don't owe me nothing. I put him in a thermostat. I put him in a brand new furnace, worked on his air conditioner, and was going to get him a new air conditioner, but he wound up, the girls moved out, so I didn't get around to that. But I upgraded his whole house. And he said, what I owe you? And I said, you don't owe me nothing. You're nice to my daughter. You let her live here. And I appreciate that, friend. I said, you'll be my friend forever because you treat my daughter nice. All right. Boy, my daughter looked at me like, Dad, are you crazy? And I said, no, I'm not crazy, honey. I love you and you love them. So they're like family to me. Exactly. They're my family. And if you and Joni decide to stay together, then her daddy is going to be your father-in-law. And I'm going to be Joni's father-in-law. And I said, the least I can do is help him out in his time of need. And I don't need to get paid for it because I'm making good money. And I have plenty of money. And I just want to help him. Yep. Well, thank you, Dad. But I set a bad precedent there because every time they needed something,
Dad.
they tapped Dad. Yeah. I turned her down one time when she asked me for help. Because she had just moved to Houston. Her and that girl broke up. And she moved off down to Houston and left the family behind because she had to get out of town. And I said, okay. But in the process of moving, she called me. And this is when I was real sick. I'd just become disabled because I was hearing voices and I couldn't work. And I was going to North Star. I went to them for a couple of years trying to stop the voices in my head. And nothing they did would stop them because it was God talking to me. It wasn't my imagination. But I took their medicine a time or two, but it didn't do anything for me but make me sick. Make me tired and lazy. And finally, I just gave up. I said, I don't need your bullshit. After I've been going there for 2 years, I was reading a Social Security brochure, and it said, to get on disability, you have to be disabled for 2 years, yada, yada, yada. I said, hell, I've been off for 2 years. I'm going to go see if I can sign up for my Social Security and maybe get on disability and get me some SSI or some kind of government assistance, Well, I went down there and signed up. And, most people had to get a lawyer and wait 2 or 3 years. I was loony enough, and I had all them deals where I've been going to that clinic and yada, yada, yada. They did brain scans on me. They sent me to the hospital and took x-rays of my brain, couldn't find nothing wrong. I said, well, I guess I'm just losing it because I'd be driving down the road and the voice would say, don't go that way. And I'd get off the freeway and I'd take back roads everywhere I went. I swear.
I believe you.
And so I dealt with that. I was in the air conditioning business. I got my license and I quit a $50,000 a year job to get my license and start my own company. And then the voices started. And I couldn't go up in the attics. I couldn't go under the house. I'd be up in the attic trying to do something and I'd hear a voice say, watch out, be careful. Because I've fallen through a ceiling one time or stepped through it. And I always felt like it was just my memory telling me, be careful. But it wasn't. It was a voice telling me, be careful. And I'd hear it just like I'm sitting here talking to you. And it scared me. It shook me up because, you're not supposed to, that's not supposed to happen. That's supposed to be a sign of serious mental illness. They lock people up for life for that.
I don't.
So I didn't tell anybody until I went and asked for help. And then they acted like they didn't have a clue what I was even talking about. They looked at me like I was off my rocker and treated me that way.
Yeah.
And I'd have to go over every month and sit there, you know, and hoping for help. And all I get was a box full of pills, samples from the drug companies that they give away, but yet they charge the government a exorbitant rate for.
Yeah.
And all they want is people coming in there, you know. And that's where the cops take you. When, you know, they find a wino on the street, homeless person that needs some help, they put them all in there. Well, that's where they put me 7 times in that year. In there with them homeless people and them drug addicts and people, and I am not that. I had my own house. I had brand new motorcycles. I had some pain pills that I was taking, and I had smoked a meth pipe a time or two, you know, because my girlfriend brought it over, or my friend that I'd been buying weed from for 25 years. I thought she was my friend. She came over and wanted to borrow $1,000. And I went in my stash and got her $1,000 and handed it to her. And she said, you're the best friend I've ever had. You put in my air conditioner, didn't charge me, you did this, you did that. I'm going to do something for you. And I said, what's that? She said, you want to try this? Make you feel good. I said, what, meth? I said, shit, I used to do that shit. Not a truck driver, but yeah, give me a hit. I took a couple of hits off that, and it was like it wiped 20 years off of me. I developed pep. I developed a good attitude. I started spending my money, and I realized that the voices that were talking to me wasn't in my head. They were coming from out there. And that's what I've been talking to you about all day long. It's the voices that come to me all the time. It never stops. It's fed into my mind, and I cannot block it out. Sometimes I sit in here and I make a tinfoil hat, you know, like they try to block out the radar to try to block the voices. It just makes them louder because it becomes an echo chamber.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm serious, darling. You just don't know how wonderful it is to be able to talk to somebody that don't look at me like I'm out my fucking mind, Mama.
I understand that.
Thank you for being
You're
here
welcome.
for me. You're
And
a
I gotta
blessing
go home.
from God. I know you do. I know you do. But will you come back in the morning?
Yeah, I'll come
When
back
you
over.
get up, take your shower, and you know whatever. Come over and have coffee, and I'll fix you breakfast.
Okay.
And we'll just spend the day together.
Okay.
It's Saturday. You ain't got nothing else to do you?
No. Yes, I do.
What?
I want to hang my drapes in my living room.
Well, will Jerry help you?
Oh, yeah.
I've got all the tools. I got an electric drill. I got a cordless drill. I can walk over and hang them just like that.
That's
If you
so
need
nice.
my help, you just
He will. He
okay.
told me he would.
If you don't, I'll kick the shit out of you. Listen to that cat. He's horny.
Back is killing me.
Well, you don't have to go if you don't want to.
I do.
You want to ride my electric chair? It's all charged up.
I have my walker.
Yeah, but
I'll be okay.
You sure?
Okay, legs.
Well, don't rush.
It'll be okay.
Okay.
I can do this. I have to do this.
Well, I hate to see you go.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you for coming over here, darling.
You're
and
welcome, and thank you for all
spending the day with me. I know I'm hard to be around.
No, you're not.
I'm a monster.
No, you're not. Quit thinking that. Oh, there's papers.
You get to know me better, you'll know what I'm talking about. Listen to them cats.
I hear them.
There's 2 of them out there. They're face to face, and they do that all the time. There's a black one.
Oh.
Listen to them cats. That is so cool. That's why I love them. Listen to them. They're right here in my front door.
Oh, there she is.
Look here, Mom. This is the one that he fights with all the time. You can't get out right now.
I know. I'm just watching.
Because they fixing to be a cat fight here. Here. Sit down on you, Walker. I will. They'll tangle up here in a minute. This white one.
Huh?
This white one. That one.
Yes.
He used to beat him up when he first started coming here. He'd come in, he'd be all beat up. And
Is that
one
Bubba?
there, he fights with him all the time.
Is that Bubba doing that?
Yeah.
I thought so.
He tell him, get away from my house. This is my house. He being a tomcat. They're both tomcats.
And he's not doing anything.
Oh, they're just sitting there face to face.
I know.
Oh, shit. Oh, I messed that up. That other laid down out there now.
Uh-huh.
This will go on for hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Until they decide to tangle up.
I'll go out the other door.
You can't get over them bushes, honey. I'll make them move in a minute because they're ready to. They just need one of them wants to be the first one to jump, you know, because I'm sitting here. If it wasn't for me, they'd done tangled up. Hey, partner, Mama's wanting out. You're going to have to move. Hey, partner. Partner. Mama needs to come out the door. I do too. I need to go to the pickup, pop my back. Oh. Y'all gonna have to move and let Mama out. I'll clear the path for you, sweetheart. There you go. There you go. We got rid of him. There you go. You gonna go whoop him now? Go whoop him. Sure.
I will.
That is too cool. Have you had fun today, Mom?
Yes, I have.
Come back
I'll be up.
anytime. Anything you need. Take your picture while I pop my back. This is how I pop my back. Oh, yeah. Take the place with the Japanese one. They used to walk up and down my spine. But I can do the same thing just like that. And it cost a whole lot less.
I know.
Anyway,
I'll
be
see you
careful.
tomorrow.
Okay,
Good night.
and
Sweetheart.
I'll stay out here till you get across there.
Good night, sweetheart. Feel like a bed folks.
You too, sweetheart.
Oh, I know it's slow.
Yeah. Well, you're old, you know.
Oh,
Poor old thing, you get tired to get across there.
no.
you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Yes, sir. I had to walk my mama home so I could warn her boyfriend that if he didn't start treating her right, not her boyfriend, but her roommate. But I let him know I didn't be ugly. I just told him, I said, hey, I love this little woman now. You take care of her and be sweet, because if you don't, I'm liable to kick your ass one of these days. And he just laughed. Now that I'm not there, I bet you she tells him he wasn't joking, buddy. Because I wasn't. I'd love to spit some beach nut in that dude's eyes. Shoot him with my old 45. Because you don't treat my mama bad. No, sir. I will not tolerate that. Never. I'll burn in hell first before I let somebody do that to my mother. Even though she ain't my mother by blood, she's my mother in spirit. God sent her to me for that purpose, and I appreciate it, Lord. Thank you, Father. Thank you. God, thank you, Father. This has been a beautiful day. Such a blessing. Woo! 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 I'm ready to shut down and watch me some television and hear me some music and do me some celebrating. My mama's home. I just want to thank you, Lord, for every time you've heard me pray. I just want to thank you, always being there